Hello, and welcome back to Late Ravenloft. Say hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hey!
Hello.
late
Very
Ravenloft.
Yes. It's
Raven Lobos.
Raven Loas.
Wait, but
Oh,
we
that
already did.
technically happened.
We already did that.
Yeah. I'm s- I'm still so I'm still so mad that one episode just I didn't record my voice.
Yeah,
That was so DM heavy speaking. The majority of it's just everyone just not talking.
it's all right. We fixed it later.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Either way, last session was an introduction of Esmeralda, uh, your new vampire hunter companion, who is currently hunting werewolves. She's a very flexible job.
Monster Hunter.
Monster hunter. That works. Either way, she just gave you a brief rundown on what she was doing. Turns out she's been hiding out in this old tower, which has served as her base of operations for her and her master, Van Richten, as a means of staying under the radar for a lot of the more nastier creatures here in Barovia. Strahd being one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Turns out staying in an anti-magic tower is pretty useful.
But it feels very weird.
It does.
And me, the wizard, hate it.
you look at freaking shit M, who's unable to fly because he uses magic wings.
Well,
Yeah,
sorry
it
for
didn't,
him.
it didn't
Go on.
take you a half hour to cross the room, so what are you complaining about?
I can't use my spells, so I'm useless.
Not to derail a riddle here, but there's actually a cool scene in Baldur's Gate 3. There's like a flower that when you get near it, it sort of like silences you and it dispels your magic. If you're a sorcerer, you get a special cutscene where it's like you briefly panic for a second because it's like, oh god, this feels so wrong. I'm not feeling magic.
Oh my god, my perception of reality has been completely tossed on its ass.
Exactly.
This
yeah.
is what normies feel like? Oh my god.
Exactly.
Well, that's the funny thing is that
That is
apparently
that is actually some really good. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying that in the OG version of Superman, Kryptonite just turned off his superpowers. He didn't like start writhing on the ground and crying out, but he just was normal and mortal. So it's like he just was like, "Oh shit, this is what it feels like." And in like later iteration, they kind of added it that he's just kind of like wincing, like, "Oh no, everything hurts," and it's like, "Yeah, that's what feeling human's like."
And then the world of cardboard.
Oh God.
Then it turns out later he was just faking it for some tail.
God.
Oh God.
Don't say that. Superman's the goodest boy. That's why he's so popular.
I remember for some reason when I was a kid, I think they had it on Nickelodeon or something, one of the few channels I got, and of course I was a latchkey kid, so I grew up watching reruns of old ass TV, but I used to watch the OG Superman TV show, the black and white one,
Oh wow.
and there was like an episode where he gets like, I want to say he gets like either hit with a bullet or something and gets like kryptonite in him that he can't take out, but it wasn't like a mortal wound or something, so he was just powerless for the full episode. And it was
Wow.
like he and Lois were kidnapped, and Lois was like, "We'll be fine. Superman will save us." And of course Clark's like, "No, the fuck he won't." And he's like sneaking around, taking out their captors one by one. And she's like, "Just wait for Superman." And he's like, "He's not fucking coming." It was
Wow.
so
That's
yeah,
actually much more inventive than I was expecting.
yeah. So I thought it was really cool because he was actually like really competent because he was using all his reporter skills to sneak around and find stuff out.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it when Superman is actually
A character.
an actual character and not just like
Deus Ex Machina.
Exactly.
Force of nature.
Like, let Superman actually show that he's a competent hero and not just like One Punch Man. And
So on.
yeah.
Back to Ravenloft.
But back to Ravenloft. Yeah.
This episode has been brought to you by
DC Comics.
Yes. Today's session, Wyatt may be a little bit a little bit late.
Well, wait. You are special. We're gonna kill the vampire Strahd.
He's going to be a little bit late. He's in the middle of a meeting with some of his other animators for his little project called Curing Death. Hopefully later this month. Putting on the finishing touches. I'm actually the voice of Cleric Paul, so that's gonna be really cool to see.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
He keeps saying every time we talk that I should do writing and dialogue for him, but he's never officially offered, so I don't know how much of that is a joke and how much of that is serious.
You might need to actually like message him specifically about it because he is undiagnosed ADHD, so he is focusing on something else.
Yeah. But yeah, I think once the pilot is out, you may want to get in contact with him because I think most of it has already been written down and voiced. So I don't think, and we have like less than like what half the month to get it out. I don't think there's anything he can add to it at this point.
All right.
But regardless, after a brief tense night of being stalked by werewolves outside, you learned of the certain plot that Esmeralda is trying to help with. The local werewolf pack have been stealing children, either from around Barovia or through the outskirts of the Mist. You know, random children that either stray too far from home or get lost in the mist. Their main pack leader, Kirill, has a really fucked up initiation to having these children join the pack. It involves them fighting each other to the death, and the strongest one gets to get bitten. Yay!
Yay!
Naturally, some of the other werewolves have a little bit of a problem with that, as, you know, that's a little fucked.
So we're trying to save our tribe, man, not like weed it out any more further.
Yeah, they have a... Yeah. When it comes down to it, it's a matter of one being brutal and wanting to have absolute control of how big the pack gets, the others being more empathetic towards, you know, these are actual children. Like, dude, we may be actual monsters, but we're not, like, we're not fucking Strahd.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Kirill, not wanting to deal with an uprising, made a deal with Strahd to not only get a very powerful potential magic item that you guys have managed to suss out, but also took away the potential upriser and someone that could pose as a threat to him. I believe his name is Emil.
Yes, Emil and Zulika, who's his wife, who's been imprisoned.
Yeah.
If you want to make a meal of it.
Boo.
Oh, God.
Either way, Kirill decided to pay you guys a little visit, kind of put his wolf dick on the table and kind of storm the tower. Luckily, with a very lucky spear toss, and the fact that the Druid Grove is keeping most of his forces at bay, you were able to scare off the big bad wolf.
Yeah.
With certain members of your party a little more on the shakier end when it comes to wolves, and or, you know, leaving the tower's protection. you guys decided that you would head over to Valaki to resupply yourselves and potentially prepare for a one-on-one brawler's pit against Kirill, while your sneakier party members try to rescue the children.
And or cause some chaos to cheat.
Exactly. With that in mind, you guys did do a little bit of training throughout the night, either by predicting mental exercises, careful practice throughout the night, and just general research. Speaking of which, to cover Dr. Pepper's actual training, I did go back and look over some of the notes. The actual training that Dr. Pepper was getting was not good medicine, but advanced medicine. To put it into layman terms, Dr. Pepper now has access to remove curse as to make it one of his concoctions.
Holy shit. What?
It does use up a third level spell, like the normal spell.
That's still really good though in this place.
And
especially when Gray pointed out that this also applies to vampirism and lycanthropy.
there are certain rules for those particular curses before they become permanent. So it's not a cure-all in some cases, but if you get it to them soon enough, it may do the job.
Oh my god. What?
I mean, you guys are level
Yeah.
7 in a camp in a like a module that goes up to level 10. You guys are pretty high.
Oh. Alright.
That being said, you know, it gets better next level because they don't have access to bestow curse. So yeah,
Here, drink this. Oh. Now you're
Bestow
cursed.
Curser's Dracula.
yeah. The remove curse function only applies to people that can, actually drink it. So if he can't really use it on like objects and other stuff. Like he can't remove a curse of like a sword or anything like that. It's
Yeah.
purely, it's medicine.
Yeah, exactly.
Addition to other training that happened last night, Beloved decided to do a little bit of a ritual.
Yes.
A little in honor of her late husband. Beloved tried to appeal to the goddess of the drow,
The good one.
Elistria.
Elistria. Unfortunately, with this being Barovia, her influence on this land is not strong, especially given the fact that there are 0 drow here, as far as you're aware of. Instead,
I mean, you don't know that. Have you checked?
I mean, that's, like I said, that you know of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Need to get a drowsing rod.
Oh my god.
You can't stop this man. You just can't.
With that being
I
said,
know.
you guarded the attention of another moon goddess, one that is, more neutral. Mother Night has seen your attempt and was curious. Mother Night is neither good nor evil. She is merely a force within these lands. One that has perhaps grown bitter with how these lands have become, but nonetheless, she does not take, she merely gives. And she has given you a chance. Upon Beloved's left hand, on the back of her palm, is the symbol, a single circle that represents a moon, a new moon. You've been given 10 days. Find a way to impress her.
Hence, defeating a werewolf alpha in single combat.
That would definitely impress her, I think.
Alright.
I mean, Gray has For the record, Gray has warned me through Esmeralda that this is incredibly unlikely and extremely dangerous. So I acknowledge the risk, and I am putting my entire pussy into this. Let's go.
Let's go. Well, let's prepare first.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, Esmeralda has made it blatantly clear that, you know, a werewolf fighting a werewolf barehanded, unless you are a monk with access to like specific feats, you're not gonna win. On account of the fact that A, werewolves have a healing factor, and B, they're basically immune to anything non-magical, like physical wise. But that in
See how
mind,
non-magically he heals getting his head ripped off.
Alright. But yeah. With that in mind, you guys have gathered up onto your now horseless carriage.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper is like, oh yeah, I forgot I had the spell. I'm just gonna, for brevity's sake, say that he ritual cast Phantom Steed.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, you know. Also, I did actually a little more recalculating. The one square thing, being like a quarter of a mile, no, it's actually the little hexagons
Ooh.
that are the quarter mile.
I have to zoom in.
You have to zoom in
Okay, yeah.
a lot.
That makes much more sense.
So yeah, it's not nearly as
Close.
close. Because remember, Valaki itself is a mile wide, so
Yeah.
that can't be a quarter mile. It's not like a jaunt down the street.
Exactly. So
Regardless,
travel is still a thing. Yeah.
travel by cart either way is still going to take you at least like maybe an hour or two.
Even with our ranger.
With your ranger, it does bring it down to like an hour.
Yeah.
That is what the ranger bonus got it.
But yeah, on your current party, you have Periwinkle and his uncle, and the others are staying inside the tower,
Yes.
along with Johnny, since he's staking out the outskirts of the grove to make sure, like, you know, werewolves mind their business.
Gotcha.
All right. So there are two ways you could go through this. You can go the top way, which is the fastest way there, or you can go the bottom way, which is safer, quote unquote.
Well, we're kind of in a hurry, so if I recall correctly, we're here at Lake Baratok, yes?
Yes.
We learned that the den of these werewolves is somewhere further north.
Yeah. To be more accurate, looking back at the map, it's over here.
Okay. So theoretically, if they're all still holed up there, they shouldn't be the problem heading down here. It just may be, you know, another unfortunate monster hiding in the mist. But in terms of our werewolf enemies, that should be fine.
Yeah.
So I would vote for the faster path as we're trying to get to Valaki and back quickly. If we're going to Walmart.
Yep.
So I vote faster path.
All right. I don't hear anyone disagreeing or deciding to go the south route, so fast route it is.
Nope, let's do this.
All right.
Leroy.
Will one of you please give me a D100?
Oh, I'm in the wrong one.
I've been so lucky last time, so I'm gonna try and do this.
Do it. 51.
51.
51.
I was hoping for another one.
You got the one.
351.
351.
All right.
Alrighty. Awesome. All right. One moment. As you guys are quickly making your way out, the Phantom Steed pulls your carriage. With the lack of 3 people, it is a little bit easier to pull the cart, noticeably. It's only been a few days since you've last been over in Vallaki, so you believe that it should be relatively the same, or at the very least calmer than what it was at the time. Presumably, the hollowed effect is still up and running.
Presumably.
You guys get it to roughly here. But then I need... Actually, Mustard Seed, what is your passive perception again?
Well, I'm glad you asked. My passive perception is 22.
22, okay.
Darn repetitors.
Okay. Mustard Seed, as you were up in the front, directing the carriage, for the briefest of moments, you feel your hair stand on end for a brief moment.
That's not good.
Your baser instincts begin to kick in as your bunny-like instincts begin to go on end. You begin to search around, your nose twitching, your legs ready to jump. Let me just make sure that this map is... Oh, wait, I need to... Sorry. I need to clear out this map.
So I don't know if it'll come into play anytime in the near future. I was talking before you got on that I wanted to do my phone a friend ritual, and I was thinking that I would do it on the ride. So I don't know if it would have been enough time to do it if we're getting interrupted. So
I'd say you should be
I
able to get...
apologize.
Yeah, you should be able to get your phone a friend off.
Okay. I was swapping my proficiency from history to investigation.
Good choice, good choice. Move you guys over there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hang on. I forgot to swap over the display to... One sec.
Oh my.
Rejoin as player. Alright, there we go. Sorry, loading. Come on. Roll 20, go faster. There we go. You guys are on a dirt path that is on its way to Vallaki. Mustard Seed, you begin to see that the mist is kind of a little bit thicker on this end of the forest.
Since we took a short rest, I do have.
We've got a long rest since then.
Oh, a long rest, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause we went the night.
I'm gonna use Primeval Awareness. Why would it ping? Alright, whatever. Primeval Awareness. I'm expending... Where is this? Where'd it go? It was right here. There it is. I'm gonna expend a first level spell slot to sense whether there's any Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead within a mile of me up to 6.
Let's see.
Anything bad.
Yeah.
Well, you do sense some undead. Let's see. Let's see. What else?
I have to wonder what Shenping does on that.
Yeah. Oh, actually. You sense a fiend as well.
That's not good.
So undead and a fiend, and one single fiend?
Yes.
Gotcha.
We'll hold that off for... Keep that there just in case. So that's...
Yeah.
Alright.
As soon as we have any indication that there's something afoot, I think Shem will slip into the shadows and try and make himself scarce.
Alright. You sense something is definitely within the area, Mustard Seed. How do you proceed?
I am going to motion towards the rest of the party. Well, first I'm gonna look over to Burn and say, your little non-detection trick, is it up right now?
It is not. Do I need to?
It would be best to prepare for the worst, yes.
Or is it already too late?
That is yet to be seen. Either way, there's something there, and we need to be cautious.
If you guys would, please place your tokens within the square.
Yeah.
Right. Mustard Seed, where are you? There we go.
Alright. As you guys are traveling, give me active perception checks.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Uh,
Come on, I'm good at this.
Would this be a good time for my character to flip out of the wagon and sort of try and hide in either the nearby bushes or underneath the wagon itself?
Yeah. Instead of perception check, you can give me a stealth check, Sim.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. I was on the right side of the cart this time. I can see.
My stealth is high, but my rolls are bad.
I know the pain. I know the pain so goddamn hard.
He does.
I rolled
I
a
can vouch
6.
for him.
Poor trailer.
I rolled a 2 and a 6, and my 6 has been the highest roll I've had since we've come back to Ravenloft.
Oh no!
I'm a fighter. I play as a fighter that has a plus 12 to my attack. And for an entire session, I couldn't roll above an 8.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Either way, as a lot of you are looking about, Dr. Pepper, we'll just say he's busy. He's in his zone right now as he's playing with his chemistry set. You just hear the Breath of the Wild cooking sound effect going off.
I discovered a new recipe.
That's it.
Periwinkle, being the good boy, is keeping his eye on the road, with his uncle driving, keeping close to him. Let's see, Burn and Beloved rolled the highest. Mustard Seed, you're keeping your eyes close to the ground, but it's with all the mist, it's hard to make out where you're looking. Beloved, for the briefest of moments, you thought you saw something moving, but it sounds like that may just be, Barovian ambiance. TM.
With a record player behind the tree playing.
In
I
C
will
minor.
say that she gets honeymoon out just in case.
Yeah. Burn
Yes.
with a 20 active perception check.
A single eye darting around.
Your single eye and the fact that you're on the right side of the
Of the
wagon.
Which I don't know if I would be, but whatever. Regardless.
For the briefest of moments,
Mhm.
you see a figure standing between two trees.
Alright.
They seem to be wearing a weird headdress.
Oh.
Comes up kind of like a point at some point. Their body seems squat and gangly. And then you get a ping behind your eye patch.
Yep.
A very powerful caster. A hag of sorts
Oh no.
is watching you.
Oh, yes.
We've already pissed off one hag earlier.
Is it not the same one?
I know.
For the record, I did try to
I
employ
mean-
diplomacy.
Beloved just ran up and punched her.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I remember that. Can I...
It is very possible she will try that again.
Is it the same hag?
It is not the same hag.
Or a different one?
Oh.
Oh boy.
It's a different one.
Mm-hmm.
She's watching you. Intently. You can give me a... Because you're the one that passed. Give me an insight.
15.
15. Okay. We match.
Oh. Beats.
Meets it beats. She's taken an interest in this little gaggle. You've taken up her interest of sorts. There's a slight hint of malice, but the same way that a cat would stare at
A mouse.
a mouse. Not
Stop
ready.
the cart.
Not ready to pounce just yet. Wants to see how the chase goes.
Ask them to stop the cart.
Okay. Okay. As you tell them to stop the cart, Burek and Periwimple pull the reins on the phantom steed, and the cart comes to a stop.
Let's just take some big swings, guys. It's easier to talk if you don't hide in the shadows. As I look where I saw the figure.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Ooh. I'm not great at that. 12.
Okay.
I will give him guidance in real life, but not in game.
Come on, someone.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that Beloved is kind of conflicted because she really wants to kill a hag, but on the other hand, she is trying to be less. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that she decides to try her hand at diplomacy by just what would be a good? Oh, yeah. She's going to try and add to his role by putting the weapon down.
Mm-hmm. That's something.
All right. As you do so,
Yeah.
slowly but surely, this very old and decked out in strange robe attire, old lady. Her skin has a greenish hue to it. Her nose is long. Her hair is down to the ground, and braided in such a way that it almost in itself could act as a headdress, but it's just hair upon hair upon hair. That is
Is it one of those? Is it one of those '60s bumpets?
exactly.
A bouffant.
She has on her side a broom that she uses almost like a walking stick as she approaches.
So is this a carriage or it's a cart?
This is a cart. Well, it's a cart that has like a covering.
So it's like one of those, like Oregon Trail wagons.
Oregon Trail wagons, yeah.
Gotcha. Burn will just whisper to everyone, like, just back me up on this, and if shit goes bad, I'm sorry. And Burn will step out to meet with her.
Jem will follow.
Shit.
Okay. She says,
Beloved's going to sit like at the edge of the cart, but she still is behaving herself. She's just watching and making sure.
Yeah. Burn, with his spellbook in one hand, places a hand on his chest and bows gently to her. Good morning. If it's still morning, I think.
"Yes, good morning, dearie. Very few can tell nowadays."
Well, considering it was night when we went to sleep, so... Can I help you with something?
Oh, I was out foraging for supplies. I just happened to see that your wagon was wandering by, and something caught my eye.
And what might that have been?
She looks over towards Beloved. I noticed that there was a strange magic about your little party there.
Ah, yes. And Burn thinks for a moment. I know a few things about hags.
Do you actually call her a hag?
No, about, well, it's pretty obvious what she is, right? Or she's just posing as an old woman. Sorry.
Yep, just a harmless old woman wandering around in Barovia of all places.
Well, regardless. Then I'll bring the backstory. We'll try again. Looking at Beloved, like, yes, she's made a wager of sorts.
I see. Not many people are brave enough to try to impress Mother Night.
I think it's more so she doesn't really acknowledge the danger.
Most people don't.
Does that sound entertaining to you?
Very much so, dearie. But I
Then-
digress.
Mhm.
I can already see it from here. She has been marked for trial.
Mm-hmm.
It is not my right to interfere. I would not
Why
be
not?
I would not be so bold as to steal from Mother Night's fun.
But what if you could enhance it?
Interesting. And how would I do such a thing, dearie?
Well, our opponent is a man who thinks of himself as powerful, thinking he is the tyrant that will weed out the weak and only promote the strong. But he is a coward who needs to rely on the powers of others to do anything. So wouldn't it be so much fun to see him knock down more than a few pegs?
Roll persuasion with advantage because of how you worded that.
I mean, Burns' best friend is fucking Vecna, guys. He knows how this works. God damn it!
Okay.
I wish there was anything like,
I'm a wizard. I'm smart. Kind of
yeah.
awkward.
If I
Shem.
see her take note, can I
Yeah.
jump in?
Uh, Shem, you can roll a either perception or insight as you're doing this from stealth,
Okay. I don't think I have either of those, but
or you can roll
hey.
investigation to see if you can spot anything interesting on her.
I do actually have insight.
22.
22 insight. You've piqued her interest, especially with the way that you've
Worded it.
worded it.
So she has a vested interest in usurping Strahd?
No.
Well, not. I was talking about the werewolf guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Our
So I
our
might-
current problem.
Okay. I might flip out of hiding then and be like, you seem to have an idea what we're talking about, and we're not talking about Fangboy either. Well, a Fangboy, I guess, but yeah, we're not
Different
talking
Fangboy.
Strahd this time. Do you have mutual beef with the werewolves?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, you're talking about the werewolves out of north. Well, I particularly have no real beef with them, as you would put it. But I don't much care for men who think that they're all powerful, especially in these lands. That title can only remain to one. And I will see to it, within every bit of my power, that my baby boy gets what is
Oh.
due.
Aren't you all so glad that you didn't say anything disparaging about Strahd during this conversation?
Oh yeah.
Aren't
I
you
mean,
so glad?
I mean, it wasn't my thought from the start, but yes. Anyways, back to character.
I
So,
see. I didn't realize that you were. Okay, that changes things a little bit. Not really, but we may be able to work together.
Aren't you a very interesting little fairy? Not many fairies reside here in Barovia. They've long since passed.
Well, I don't necessarily think of myself as a fairy, but I'm here on business, as they say.
He is Fey adjacent.
Yeah.
regardless, our trial, as you
I
put
wasn't-
it. Oh,
Oh, sorry.
No, you were fine. I was just clarifying that my persuasion rolls just to try and help Burn.
yeah.
Right. Oh, right. I still need a roll for that.
Oh.
With the extra persuasion, as you look over Burn's shoulder, you do catch the attention of this old woman. Okay. With your help, you do it does seem to catch your interest. Very well, dearie. I'm more than willing to provide my services. It sounds like it'd be a very fun time. Besides, putting that mutt in its place. And tickles me just oh so pink.
Do you need anything while we're in town?
Yeah. I actually do have something in mind. Oh, sorry, one second.
Let me just go through my bag.
Let me just pull up my list on my iPhone. The
Only in
wrinkly-
Barovia.
Like the wrinkly finger just like scrolling up through a grocery list. It's like 20 lines long.
You see like Strahd baby pictures.
Oh my
Which-
god.
But she only thinks that
She
she's his
would,
mom.
though.
She only thinks that she's his mom, so they're like photoshopped or even worse, like AI generated.
Oh god.
And you can't tell because Strahd has 6 fingers anyway.
With that in mind, she says, there is a few things that you could provide me. something that is I cannot normally gather myself. As I said, I'm out foraging. Now, a few things that you could get me, and I'll be willing to provide aid. Should you come pack this way on this route, I'll be waiting here, or at the very least, I'll have one of me scarecrows to gather what you've gathered.
Oh boy.
The first thing on my list, if you would get this for me, I'd be oh so grateful. Blood of a were-raven. A feather will do as well.
Blood/feather of
A
wereraven.
question. You said last session that the Wizard of Wine people were were-ravens, but I don't know if we ever heard that in actual game.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that. The second, if all possible, there is a family out in Valaki, the Watchers. If you could bring me just a small memento of the late husband, I'd be very, very happy.
In Valaki, she said?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you remember,
Oh, yeah.
the Watchers have their Lady Watcher. Her husband is being preserved.
Oh.
Oh.
Yep,
Uh-oh.
Is he at the house or at the church?
He's at the house.
he's at the house.
We brought down that house though. Is everything left?
I mean, they've been rebuilding. Not
That's
the
true.
entire house was demolished, luckily. And or the third, if you could bring me this one. There's a reliquary within Valaki. The remains of a very old saint. If you could bring me those bones, I'd be very happy.
Is that the thing that allowed the priest to cast the Hallow spell?
Yes.
Gotcha. Let's probably not do that one.
Were-raven
mean,
feather would be easy.
She's
but
an ally of Strahd. He's making it pretty obvious that this is going to be very, very, very bad for anyone we take these things from.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm in favor of giving her one of Dr. Pepper's feathers and pretending it's a were-raven.
did know.
There could be a lot of deception we can do, especially with as many tricksters as we have in our party. So let's just take her shopping list and be like, oh yeah, we'll take care of this.
Well,
Oh,
at least
and
part of it.
and while you're at it, I've heard that there's a very interesting brew in Valaki now. If you can give me a sample of that, I'd be very happy.
Can it replace one of the can it replace one of the things on the grocery list?
No. They are not of equal value.
He says until she takes that one sip of Dr. Pepper.
She says they are not of equal value, and Dr. Pepper's
That is a
entire
load
head
of
turns
horseshit.
around like an owl.
Madam, I
You take
implore
that
you.
back.
I can show you right now that I have a perfectly good brew of it right here. As he presents a vial of good medicine for the old lady. Oh, so you're the one that's providing that brew. I've heard a lot about it. Many people are very happy with it. May I? And Dr. Barber's like, yes, I insist, madam. You look like you could use a little good medicine yourself. Just flat out color ugly.
Oh god.
I thank you, dearie. She opens up the elixir. She gives it a little bit of a whiff. Ooh, that's very, very pungent, very... Ooh, fizzy. I've never had a drink like this.
Can we roll? She's so impressed by it that she actually does want to take something off the list.
I'm gonna roll medicine for Dr. Pepper.
This is not sponsored by Dr. Pepper, guys, just so we're aware. This is not scripted.
I mean, it could be.
I
Call us.
I detect distinctive 21 different flavors. How interesting.
Does it remove any curses on her?
You gotta roll.
And if I think correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, it is about 99 cents a bottle at your local Walmart.
God, what year is this?
I don't know.
Alright. I rolled his herbalism kit.
It's the
because that's-
1830s.
Yeah, I rolled herbalism because I feel like that's a little more appropriate for making his brew. Kind of on the shorter end for Dr. Pepper's brew.
The first batch.
Yeah. Need some adjusting to get it on the standard. He was making this in the cart, so you know.
Yeah. So it's
Got
a
a little
little fuzzy.
Ooh, that is nice. That is sweet. I don't know how you get this flavor, considering that. Seems magically delicious.
Wow.
You know, it kind
We're
of.
getting the taglines crossed.
Yeah.
A
It
little
says-
nutty, so.
She says, I can see why many people are drawn to it. It almost reminds me of the mooncakes that was sold down in the east. The dream cakes, such delicious, sweet dreams.
Wonder whatever happened to those.
I heard they're out of business. A lot of people are dealing with the withdrawal, so to speak.
Yeah.
Either way, thank you, dearie. This drink has satisfied my curiosity. I digress. If you can get me one of these items on my list, I'd be also happy.
Very well. Until then, have a good day, madam.
Tell me, dearie. Do you have anything perhaps for trade?
At the moment. Look at my inventory.
Yeah, same here.
So when I look at her hair, does it look like matted, or does it look like she actually takes care of it?
It's oddly enough, it looks like she does take care of it. It's just very white, very old, and very long.
Then I will pull out of my bag an ivory hairbrush with silver bristles.
Ooh, a comb. Ooh, a very innate one.
The lady must take care of her hair.
I do like to take care of me hair. I'm not one to be vain, but it comes with the profession.
She's preening and you see a spider crawl out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as she brushes a length of hair, burn for a brief of moment, you actually see a shadowy-looking eye hiding within it.
Try not to shiver, but then I think about, I sometimes have a shadowy eye of myself behind my eye patch, so,
Yeah, you particularly know about something about hags, as a passive thing. Usually, the longer the hair, the more powerful the witch.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, hair is very important to witches, so yeah, that makes sense.
Does that make Bayonetta a hag?
No.
Yes.
Technically, yes.
Oh, Beloved will offer the exceptionally scary sun mask that is covered in blood.
Give her a
Ooh,
proper, give her a proper wardrobe.
I see. This mask. How tragic. And how appropriate. Dawn. The Dawn Father has no place here. For those, I do have the following. For the comb, I'm willing to trade this. She provides to you, in exchange for your comb, she is going to give you a gem, a tiger eye gem.
Hmm.
Is it magical in some way?
Uh,
Can I tell?
You would have to roll an investigation.
Can I roll Arcana instead?
Sure.
While he does that, can I roll something to ascertain whether or not this thing would be cursed in a detrimental way to us, considering, you know, I'm from the Feywild. I know how hags are.
Give an insight.
Fuck. Alright. Alright, okay, 22.
This is coming from a hag, and she's giving you a gem for a comb. There's about at least a 50-50 chance that it's cursed. But, you know, it's still a gem.
Actually, you know what? I want to use one of my luck points to re-roll that fucking nat one.
Alright.
Alright.
There we go.
Hey.
22. Alright, Burn, you get the same feeling. This is coming from a hag, and this is a gem. There's
Okay.
about a 50-50 chance that this is cursed in some way, but if used properly, I mean, it's still a gem. It could easily be sold off in town or potentially dispelled if there is something particularly wicked on it. You could try and identify a spell to see if there's any spells on it, but if there is a curse on it, unfortunately Identify does not identify the curse underneath it.
But it would say that it does have a curse or not.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll do that when we ship off. I don't want to be rude and, like,
Yeah.
identify it right here.
Alright.
At the very least, we have something that we could potentially pawn off or
Yeah.
trick someone into thinking we're giving a gift.
Mm-hmm. Which is one we don't like, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Alright.
With that, as for Beloved, what were you trying to pawn off again? The mask?
Sun mask, yeah.
The scary sun mask that is covered in blood.
This reminds
Now,
me.
this one is actually unique because it is from the mayor's house, and it doesn't match the mass-produced designs of the other ones.
This is from one of the sun festivals from Valaki. Seems as though it was... Oh, was specifically made in the manor. I see.
Can I like chime in here and do something a little shady?
Sure.
What's that?
So
Yes?
Sam's gonna float over and be like, "This is not just a special stun mask. This is the stun mask that the Burgermeister himself wore. You might be more interested to note that his power over the town has been greatly diminished, and his stun festivals are a thing of the past. Consider this like a souvenir of a downfall of one of Strahd's nemesis."
Deceased.
Oh,
Ooh.
that little shite grew up to be such a poor sad sack. It'd be tragic if it wasn't so pathetic. A token of his failures. I heard that the Sun Festival didn't even really take part in it. Some big clash happened, and things got delayed. Regardless, I think I'll take...
Insight check. Because, you know, considering that this hag is, like, very obsessive about Strahd, thinks that it's her kid or whatever, I think she would know whether or not Strahd tried to attack in Valaki.
An air tag, like, sewed into one of his capes.
But yeah, I'm gonna roll insight on that. Ooh.
Alright. This woman seems to be
Not
very
bad.
much in the know. There's a wry smile on her face that maybe she did know, but there may be a few things that she doesn't know. She's in the know, but she's not all-knowing.
So...
She then say, I have something special. For a souvenir like this, I do believe I should trade something in favor. She produces a mask of her own.
Oh no.
You've been met with a terrible fate, haven't you?
It is a very ghastly looking mask. It looks to be made from the wood of a coffin, so to speak. With how gnarled it
Fine.
is. Etched on the face seems to be a crude depiction of a half moon. But the eyes and mouth are just hollowed, empty little souls, like pockets to look through or speak through. This here is a mask of a Mother Night. Should you wear any of this, I think you'll find it very easy to travel within the marshes to the south.
Insight.
Bet it turns you into a frog. It's easy to travel in the marshes.
Well, I got a 17 on seeing how full of shit she was with that. Like, if there was some ulterior meaning to her comment.
Well,
Don't know if that's high enough, but
she's not necessarily lying, at the very least. It does seem to be very... She believes that she is giving you a useful item. Should you ever go towards, the southeast, where a bunch of the marshlands are.
Beloved's going to make the trade, especially if this helps indicate to Mother Night that she's like, okay, I'm on this.
You're on that grind.
Girl, you want a show? We'll give you a show.
All right, Beloved, please add to your inventory the Scarecrow mask.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm going to write Mother Moon's Scarecrow mask.
Yeah. From Hag.
Right?
With love.
Yes. No.
With disdain.
She's got love for one person, and that's her baby boy.
All right. Well,
The same baby boy who, if you mentioned her name, he would say, who?
Yeah. All right. Well, the lady then straightens up, pops her back a little bit, and says, "Well, I have some foraging left to do. I have to get in the early mornings before the wild boars dig up all the truffles."
Well, good luck with that.
Safe travels, and make your way over here. Look for a cauldron. Just place the items inside the cauldron, and it'll make its way to me.
Fair enough.
She slowly makes her way back into the forest, tiny step by step, as the mist, almost like a curtain, begins to envelop her.
As soon as it's enveloped and she's gone, Vern's like, Okay, I'm fine.
You've gotten very lucky this day, Bernadette's.
What?
Wait, how do you... Shit.
Bernardus.
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 Well, I mean, I thought you were making fun of it, so it's fine.
Anyway.
Well, I thought the odds were against us, so why not even the scales a little bit?
Okay.
Yes? No?
So,
Yeah.
we're obviously not going to screw over our potential allies.
I mean,
What would y'all like to do?
I think we can get the memento from Watcher pretty easily.
That's easy to
Because-
get, but I don't know what her goal is with it.
I mean, I don't rightly care. Like, again, Lady
Well-
Watcher is like the most uneasy ally we have.
And also, she, she kind of is a little mad at us anyway.
She kidnapped Irina and shit
Yeah.
like that. So like, she's not my favorite person. So I don't know. I feel like if we
She's-
can like see the body, one of us could easily take something off of it, like something sentimental, like the wedding ring or something.
We know
Or-
where it is. We
oh.
can get the body. I'm just more worried about the fact that she is our priestess of the moon goddess that we were going to see in town to see if we can get any.
Wait, she was?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
She is a cleric of
Yeah.
the moon. Yeah.
I thought she was a wizard. I'm sorry. Well, again, it's not targeting her, it's her husband's corpse, I guess. Do you want some help or not?
Well, it's not something we need to decide right now.
Yeah,
but well, her help would be appreciated. I would prefer we deceive her over, screw over the already kind of battered town.
Yeah. After all the work that we did to help it, yeah.
Well,
All the work that we did by Shem sparking a civil war and getting half of them killed.
it was not inaccurate.
That took a lot of work.
Well, I thought I was being helpful.
No, you were. You absolutely were. That you have, if nothing else, disarmed a potential enemy by at least making us look less harmful.
Yeah.
Also, you got her
Right.
us this cool gem and a moon mask.
Yeah. Can I identify?
Fucking win, man.
Can I identify those real quick?
Sure. As you
So,
pick
yeah,
up, as you get back into the wagon and it starts to move, you identify that this is a tiger eye worth 500 GP.
Okay.
It has a spell on it. It has a scrying mote within it.
Oh,
Ah, the good old hag's eye.
is it cursed?
It does have a curse to anyone that shatters it.
Oh, okay.
As for what the curse is, you don't know.
I know who I could give this to. You remember is it the Burgermeister's son? That
Yes.
was a little sociopath?
Didn't we already, like, make it so, like, he could never cast magic ever again? Or
He's-
something?
He is
I told him
permanently
to-
mute.
Yeah.
Yeah! Good lord.
Well, he was being a little bastard anyway. Like, I see no harm in digging his grave further.
Yeah, no, he's a little bastard because he's
We
actually
sewed this onto his love pillow.
Yeah. He is. Byrne himself was able to realize that he was basically practicing magic and experimenting on like the servants in his
Yeah.
house. One particular,
He deserves this. Go on.
yeah, the teleportation circle in his house in particular killed like a bunch of people.
Yeah. And I stole a spell book.
Yeah. You did.
I did indeed. So here, a peace offering.
And he can't talk back either.
Or he'll be just so angry he'll just grab it and smash it.
Eh.
but that's for later. But it is a scry spell, yes, you said?
It is a scry spell that you assume is acting as the moat. Like, she is using it more than likely to spy through people with that a tiger eye, but it's not always active.
So it's more like, oh, okay. So this is our Apple AirTag.
Essentially, yeah.
Gotcha. Noted. Alright, what about the mask?
The mask identified. This is a wondrous item called.
Oh boy.
It is called the Mask of the Scarecrow. While wearing this, the creatures known as scarecrows that inhabit the marshes in Barovia will see you as a friendly ally.
Ah.
You basically,
What?
you effectively are under the effects of sanctuary while traveling through the marshes. Anyone that particularly targets you to an attack immediately causes all scarecrows within the vicinity to target that creature and kill it.
Interesting.
Hot damn.
Is there a distance on that?
The distance particularly is that you have to be within the marshes, essentially.
Gotcha. So not. We can't have her wear the mask. Hero hits her once, and all the scarecrows are like, "Enemy spotted."
Yeah, no, they're not gonna Zerg rush the werewolves for you.
It's on
Listen.
sight.
Listen, I want this man to die horribly.
I'm actually in favor of not giving the eye to the shithead son because I have a fun idea for it later.
Okay, well, we'll see how things go.
There is one caveat.
Oh,
Always.
If you wear this during a full moon, it has about a 1 in 4 chance of turning your alignment to lawful evil.
Okay. What is Beloved's alignment?
Neutral.
It's true neutral.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Neutral buddies, go.
Makes sense. I remember what I put Burns as, honestly.
So, if it does it go away after the full moon passes?
I mean, the chance of turning you evil goes away.
Gotcha.
Question. This has to fit over the face slot for it to count as being on, does it?
Yes.
Because she was planning on using it like just as a backpack or a breastplate or something. Just as an indication that she is wearing Mother Knight's thing.
To get the effect, it does need to be over your face. But you can wear it
Got it.
like normal.
It's an accessory until you have to actually equip it. It's a statement piece.
Works for me.
Yeah.
All right, it's off to Valaki
Hooray!
to see all our friends.
That we totally aren't betraying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not, but again, I don't really like Lady Watcher that much, so we'll see.
All right.
Anyways,
Yeah, for that encounter, I rolled a 55.
what does that mean?
So basically, if I roll higher than you guys, an encounter happens, essentially.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So yeah, when Reed rolled a 51, I was like, shit, that's like a half and half chance.
Yep. So there we go.
The next bit of your travel goes smoothly. As you make your way towards the crossroads just up ahead, you do see a sign post that says Valaki is to your left.
Hooray!
Let's see. Hang on. Where's the map? Oh, wait, hang on. Sorry. Switching between maps and two separate. Meant. You're right there, Reed? You're.
Yep.
Right. Well, either way, the rest of your travel is relatively uneventful, albeit maybe a little bit spooky because of how tense it is.
Like, oh boy, we just escaped, quote unquote, from a very bad encounter.
Yep. But now you have returned to Valaki.
Above table, do you think the hag hates Irina, like calling her like a harlot for stealing away her boy?
Oh, 100%. She's
This
like,
is really
what,
funny
you
to
think...
think about.
She's like, what, you fucking bitch? You think you're too good for my boy? Huh? You fucking skank?
I don't want it.
I don't know you.
In fact, you should forbid me from ever stepping foot in his house. Oh, I'll do that and more. You're forbidden. Like, somehow she, like, reverses the hex, so, like, Strahd can't get close to her. It's like a restraining order.
That's awesome.
Sorry. We're in Vlocki now, sorry. I just had to say that.
No, that's good.
Yes, as you arrive on the old Slavich road, you quickly see the fence up ahead. Perigwimple will then say, "Oh man, I hope everyone's alright. It's been a few days, but we kind of left here when things were a little, right?"
Because I remember, like, we left Vlocki, then we went to the Wizards of Wine and helped them with their problem. Then we went to the tower. So it's probably been, like, a few days to a week, right?
Yes.
Cool.
I can't imagine the whole place would be rebuilt by then.
Does it feel noticeably different when we step into town, like the hollow spell is still going on?
Immediately as you all enter the area, the hollow spell washes over you, and the feeling of autumn radiates in this area.
Oh.
Autumn in full swing, as you see pumpkins placed about around town. A lot more people, although in the past had this forced smile on their face in the past, it does seem genuine now. There's still a bunch of flyers of just Dr. Pepper's brew just plastered all over the place. But there's no festivals, there are no forced events for everyone to attain for. People are actually productive with their time. Actually productive with their time. Because now they don't have to worry about having to plan an event or make a fake fucking party that no one wants to go to.
They don't have to appease the Burgermeister anymore.
The Burgermeister is in his home and just chilling, and they get to go about their day like they've been wanting to for the longest of times. Everyone's happy, but no one's, like, is forced to go to a celebration.
Gotcha. Makes me think of, like, Pottsfield from Over the Garden Wall.
It is at least 1% better than... That's better.
The first thing that you guys see as you walk through the town is the church.
Oh.
Bro.
morning sermons have just finished up, and a lot of people are on their way and out and about. As you guys are doing so, you actually see two familiar children walk out and immediately wave you down.
Yeah. Our little doll.
It's those guys.
Fritz and Myrtle.
Yeah, I have my notes here. I was getting ready to say it.
As they race towards you guys happily and cheerfully, it says, "You're back! I'm so glad that you're back.
Yes.
How did things go? Are you guys all right? Wait, where's Irina?"
In order. We're fine. We visited the vineyard and helped out some problems there. I think we're not done with them yet, but we helped out a little bit. Irina is safe. She's with a new friend that's hiding her position, so she's still fine. And how are you two doing?
We've been okay. We've been staying with the old church. Fuck, I'm drowning in names.
The priest.
The
The
priest.
priest, yeah. Yeah, I don't remember what his name is either, sorry.
The
Doesn't
priest.
matter.
Yeah, he's been very accommodating for us. We decided to provide some help where we can. It's been really busy since you guys have left.
How so?
Well, a lot of construction. As Fritz walks and talks with you guys. With the Watcher's house needing construction, a lot of lumber has been needed. So a lot of people have been doing their best to get trying to get supplies. They've actually been paying out the nose for anyone who's been brave enough to get to go outside the walls. So a lot of people are. The lumber industry is pretty up right now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a little bit worrisome though. A lot of people are afraid to go too far out. Where the wolves have been a little bad lately.
Yes, that's actually one of our current problems. We're looking to hopefully remedy a little bit.
Well, that's good. Yes. A lot of people have been getting bit lately, so it's...
Bit and disappearing, or bit and just suffering with a bite?
Mostly just suffering the bite, really.
And how... Bird's like, when was the last full moon? Shit.
Yeah, a lot of people have been coming over to the church to look at their wounds. The priest, he does his best to clean out the wound, but for some reason the wounds just never fully heal.
Oh boy.
This is probably fine.
This is
Can you
fine.
ritual cast that good medicine?
I think we could have that's what Dr. Purpose is doing in the meantime.
Yeah, if Dr. Pepper, if you could maybe drop by the church later, that would be very helpful. The priest could use an extra pair of hands, or talons.
Ooh, actually, Beloved will probably volunteer to go and help him with that so that she can start her, feat quest.
Or what?
Feat spelled F-E-A-T.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like,
we're
wait,
not
what?
doing a Quentin Tarantino special.
Isn't her only fangs?
Wow.
Big pics. I mean, you stopped Strahd by being a beautiful redhead on the hillside. At least once.
That is true.
Gray, I forgot to ask, what does Beloved roll to start her bedside manner quest?
So, we'll need to go in more detail of what exactly you want to get out of this. But it is indeed, if you're going to be helping the doctor, it's going to be a medicine check.
All right. We'll say that she's off doing that, and the rest of you can start with the preparations I know you've been thinking about.
Alrighty. As a lot of you separate, as Dr. Pepper goes to the church with Beloved in tow, Frick and Myrtle continue to speak with you guys as you continue onward. Also, the guys down in the Blue Water Inn, they've been wanting to speak with you guys as soon as you came in.
Oh yeah, we do need to check in on them because we hopefully got some of their wine supplies back in stock.
That's true. A big shipment of them just came in the other day. A lot of people have been saying that it tasted a little like Dr. Pepper's brew a little bit, but I think that's mostly because everyone looking about. I think the Burgermeister may have swapped out the water supply with it.
It's like every child's dream, but no, it's actually real.
Yeah. Burn. Anyone, you can give me a perception check.
Oh boy.
So, the town went from needing a doctor to needing a dentist. Oops, that was not perception. That was performance.
You do a little pirouette, and then you look around.
You're back.
No perception.
Oh, I did roll perception. It rolled them both. I got a 19 on my perception.
With a 19 on your perception, Shem, you look about. Everyone's gotten a lot fatter since the last time you saw them.
Oh god.
Oh,
20 you see anymore?
You look about. A lot of the kids, they seem a little more hyperactive.
Running up the walls like Assassin's Creed style.
Basically. You remember that with how sweet it tastes, you have to imagine that Dr. Pepper's brew has a lot of sugar in it.
Where are we even getting all the sugar cane from? He's got a bag of holding that's full of nothing but sugar.
That's my secret. It's cocaine.
A realistic nostril.
Oh, now we're really being like the 1850s. Yeah, okay.
A realistic nostril forms from the mass and he just sniffs the bag. Anyways, let's go to the Blue Water Inn, shall we? That's
there
our...
is an inn room specifically for me that Mustard Seed didn't like being in at first, but after a few days it's like, you know what, maybe.
Yeah, beloved, a lot of your actual medicine is
holding them down.
holding them down as they're kind of squirming a little bit. The pain is excruciating for them, and the wound itself is festering. They do their best. You hold them down as the priest and Dr. Pepper does their best to clean the wound. Hopefully allow it to heal naturally with a little bit of medicine that they have. But yeah, the rest of you continue onward. Where are you heading?
Blue Water Inn.
Blue Water Inn. As you're walking over there, Feck and Myrtle continue to give you the hot goss of Balaki. Yeah. So yeah, apart from the Burgermeister basically chilling out ever since, he's been really pushing like production for Dr. Pepper's brew. It's kind of what everyone has been going over, and with the modified recipe that Dr. Pepper gave him. He's been really going really heavy with it.
I suppose that's better than forced festivals on the threat of death.
He really doesn't know how to go halfway about anything.
Nope.
But yeah, what else? What else? Oh, they tore down the old carpenter's house.
The one that was full of vampires?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're using it as a brewery now. In the
Alright,
back,
this is really fun. It's like, you tear down the building and then just use the wood to build another building.
basically.
It's got like a giant still attached to it. We pass by this new brewery as we walk.
Yeah, it looks more like a factory at this point. There's just people going in and out with, ingredients. There's also a bunch of guards nearby.
And here I was. I had the urge to spy on them myself. But if they're keeping watch of it, then perhaps not.
Yeah, a lot of guards have been stationed here on account of the fact that Dr. Pepper was very keen on making sure that his family recipe was not observed. Apparently, there's a bunch of wanted posters for a Dr. Thunder.
I've heard of him. He got a henchman named Mr. Pibb. Real piece of work.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He's real extra.
Yeah, he's this weird. Yeah, apparently it's this weird people. I think they're called like a genasi. Something called an air genasi. They look like elementals.
Yeah, I don't know either. They got a certain Genasi qua about them.
Oh my god.
How are you so good at this?
So many puns. Spit puns out like a Pez dispenser is what you do. Either way, Myrtle will then speak and say, from the old, all stockades that they used to have now are kind of being broken down now. They're still debating on what to turn it into now.
I wouldn't have any suggestions, I'm afraid.
I mean, that's extra wood for the construction effort, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Mrs. Watcher suggested that they turn it into a park. Something
Well, that's a good
like-
idea.
something to help people just lounge about when they can.
Oh,
That's
that's
a good
sweet.
I like that idea, actually.
Yeah.
Getting the plants
Did you
and
get anything?
getting the plants and construction going is probably the hardest part, though.
Why? What's
Do
wrong
you
with that?
what?
No, it's just that
It's really hard to do things.
it's hard to go out into nature and gather plants without being attacked and all that.
Fair enough.
Plus, not a lot of pretty flowers really grow here.
Hey. What about all the stuff that Pierre grew for y'all?
Who?
Yeah, he disappeared a while ago.
Also, weren't they mushrooms?
Yeah.
Luminescent
Wonderful, delicious mushrooms.
That's
Just
right.
to clarify, for my memory's sake, at the end of last year, we managed to get Pierre out of the tree, right?
No, he's still in the tree. He's just not under siege.
Yeah, He purified the tree of Yesterhill. No more blights are being spawned. There's still some in the world, but they can't, like, there's no infinite loop of them now.
Right.
He's still inside the tree because he doesn't really know how to get out. But he's probably more useful inside the tree than he is out at the moment.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he cannot make like a tree and leave.
No, he cannot.
I knew it was coming, but it still hurt.
Man, this kid will learn a lot in a week.
Yeah.
All right, so, are they at the Blue Water Inn yet?
Sorry, I'm stuffing my face with fries.
No,
Oh,
please,
right.
please. Take your time.
So
We
for
don't
this
want you to
entire-
starve just
Just assume that while we're in town, Shem is either like poking out of someone's backpack or something, just keeping a low profile.
Cool. Oh, that's right. You still have a wanted poster because you basically tried to kill the Burgermeister.
They don't technically
Allegedly.
know it was him, but
Yeah, they saw him.
Pretty sure.
allegedly.
Yeah. You'll
all I know
notice,
is that
Shem, you'll notice something strange. Many of the guards have fly swatters.
Are they electric?
No. I wish they were, but, you know.
God. Well, okay, what does the wanted poster look like?
It looks a lot like Tinkerbell, but just the outline.
So just a vague
Wonderful.
shape of a fairy.
Yeah.
Wow. It's fucked up.
It says, Manic Pixies on the loose. Kill on sight. A reward of 500G for anyone who brings in dead or alive.
Well,
I mean, I'll turn myself in for 500. I can probably get out of there.
But I digress. Eventually, you guys make your way to the Blue Water Inn, and like always, it's bustling.
Yeah.
pixie is an outdated term.
Yeah, we're now.
Oh,
Oh my god! Damn!
I mean, we can say it, but we're gonna have to bleep that one out.
If you don't mind.
Yeah.
They prefer the term people of Fae.
Let's see.
Wow. Okay.
Friends of Dorothy.
Okay. Go
Fae,
to the right.
friends of every year.
Okay. Oh, hang on. I have to redo the fog of war. Real area. Alright, once again, as you guys enter the area, Estes, the Baronor, sees you all enter and says, "Ah, yes, welcome, welcome, my friends. Ah, it's so good to see you all."
What'd you say his name was?
Fucking
I have Erwin in my
Irwin.
notes.
Yes, Irwin. I know it started with an E. Sorry, I'm getting my names all mixed up.
You're fine. I just want to make sure I didn't do it wrong.
Yes, Irwin looks to you all and says, "Yes, come in, come, come, come. There's much I need to discuss with you all."
Oh, I mean, good to see you as well. So we all come in, take seats at the bar.
Yes, I have great news. I've heard the news from my father. Not only did you manage to save our home but you managed to get 2 of those stones back. I cannot show enough gratitude for you all. As he promptly gets each and every one of you a glass of wine.
Oh. Thank you.
It's not the cheap one either. It's the good stuff.
It's not watered down.
You take a sip. It's vibrant and it's very floral, and has a hint of Dr. Pepper's brew to it as well.
Slightly fizzy.
Slightly fizzy. Yes, I'm so happy. Father told me that we had almost lost all the wine that we were making currently, but due to your friend, your masked avian friend over there, we've been able to recover most of it. Although it does have a strange aftertaste. I'm just marking this as a special blend.
It's a special batch, yeah. So, yes. I'm glad to be of help. How are things here in Volaki?
They have been very busy. The Burgermeister has been very calm, which is very good. He has taken a lot of interest into his son as of late.
That's kind of creepy the way you said that, but alright.
Apparently he's not doing so well, and has been trying his best to accommodate.
Burn just sips.
He gives an eye to you, Burn, and he's like, you wouldn't have to know anything about that.
None whatsoever.
A mystery.
What happened to him?
Hard to say. He refused to speak about it.
Just keep sipping.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Sure. 15.
Oh, he knows 100% what went down. He's just like, oh no, that little bastard is cursed. Oh, that's a real shame. But he's like, he knows something's up, but he's like, I don't give a shit. Yeah, that guy was an asshole.
Yeah. And nothing of value was lost.
Apparently, the son's been locking himself up in his room ever since. Either way, with the Burgermeister taking care of family matters, the Watchers have been busy with construction. Me and the priest have basically been running this place as a part of the council. Which is good for business, if
Yeah.
I'm being completely honest. Speaking of business, I do believe I owe you lots a reward.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People,
We also didn't know when the next time we'd be in Volaki would be, so thanks.
I'm glad that you stopped by. My family has very few allies outside of Alaki. It's always good to keep an eye out. That being said, here are your rewards.
Oh boy.
You gain 300 gold.
To split between us?
Excuse me, 3,000 gold.
Oh shit.
Two split between us?
To split between you.
Totally.
He gives you 5 potions of superior healing.
Oh!
And-
Post the numbers on those later, but yeah.
And pulling out from a safe from underneath the bar, pulls out a very ornate glass bottle that has a very strange symbol on it. Shem or Burn, you can roll me a religion check.
Okay.
Okie doke. I'm good at that. Maybe I can help.
Like,
Oh damn, I'm not gonna match that.
I rolled 19, so.
I rolled a 2. Oh,
No, you did.
apparently got.
24
I
and
rolled a
27.
2 and a 16, but apparently took the 16.
Shim, you've never seen this symbol before, but you can very clearly tell that there is divine magic within this potion that he's placed on the table. Burn,
Uh-huh.
you have read a cacophony of religious tomes, and just how vast, like, divinity can be.
Yes.
Within the studies, you did come across one of the very few good-aligned goblinoids that were considered divinity. The goddess Kikanuti, the fertility goddess of the goblins, is among them. This would be her symbol, as a quaint little sparrow etched into the glass that holds a small little symbol at the bottom.
And what does this do?
This was a gift. This was a gift given to us from a very powerful cleric a very long time ago. Back when I was still a child. He kept these in case of drastic emergencies. They were told we actually had to use one of them once. And we saw firsthand that these are very powerful. This is a potion of regeneration.
What's right? Fuck.
And you're willing to just give us this memento of this cleric?
Well, considering who you're up against, I think it'd be better in your hands than it would be in ours. Besides, we still have a few left.
Fair enough.
Huh.
Although you did say that you were given this when you were a child. How can we be so sure that this is still fresh?
I mean,
I can tell.
magic never really fades until it's used. Both Burn and Shem, you can clearly tell that the magic within this bottle is still very much active.
Interesting. Alright. I thank you very much. We never actually split up that Vistani gold we got either, did we? And the 12 potions of greater healing.
No, we haven't. But we can do that later.
Yeah.
I also...
So, at least 600 gold for me for splitting the gold even.
There are 5 of us, right? If like, Vic isn't playing. There's me, Burn, Jim, Mustard, Beloved, Dr. Pepper. That's 5, right?
5 players, yeah.
So yeah, we can split gold and give each person a superior healing potion. We can discuss that later, though.
Is it superior or supreme?
Superior.
It's superior.
Oh, okay.
And we still have 12 potions of greater healing from the Vistani reward we got earlier.
Neat.
Yeah.
Hey, Gray, would Dr. Peppers be able to incorporate those potions to increase the effect of his good medicine?
He'll need to roll for it. His entire subclass essentially is to make concoctions that both heal and cast spells. And there is particularly rulings for how to mix potions, which has the potential to be really good, and also has the potential to be really bad. We'll have to roll that when actually Wyatt's in the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Erwin, yeah, fuck. Erwin will then say to you, says, I do have one last reward that I need to give to you all.
Oh?
It's... well, I've told you this before, my family, we act as informants for a lot of people.
Ah, yes.
There's one, and considering that your main antagonist on your journey is, well, very active as of late, I feel as though I should share some information. It may be retelling some old information that we've already showed you, but it is something of note, really. You may learn something new about him on the way. in which Edwards will make his way upstairs and say, "I'll return to you." Erwin says, "I'll return shortly."
I wanna. I wrote inside as he says that, and he's gonna go upstairs.
Go ahead.
Is he coming back with a gnome?
I'm just like, I don't know, just like. He seems really grateful, but what if it's like a trap? You know, like, hey, I'm gonna go upstairs. Don't follow me, haha. Something like that.
I mean, it sounds like he's just getting something from storage, essentially.
All right, well, can you be too cautious?
I mean, he's not gonna leave his own house of business. If this was a trap, he's not like, all right, this business that my family has run for years and I've dedicated my entire being into creating, I'm gonna turn it into a death trap.
I mean, you do crazy things if you're under the thrall of a vampire. Anyways, keep going.
As the lot of you sip your wine and wait, eventually, Erwin returns with a box. I suggest that you take this up to a room and read quietly. You never know when there's someone overhearing things.
Maybe we have a room real quick then?
The room you had before is still open.
Alright. And we'll gently take the box and move his way upstairs, and people can follow him.
You make your way into your rooms. Oh, yep, got that.
Is it Strahd?
You make your way upstairs and you take your room once again. The same room that you would let Irina hide out in. As you open up the box, you see what looks to be the burnt remains of a book.
Oh. Does it have any title?
There's little iconography that's still written on it, and several of the pages have been burnt to smolders. But you do
Alright.
see one.
Can they cast mending on?
They would need the ashes of the remaining pages,
Okay.
which unfortunately we don't have.
I feel like mending is not like a miracle spell, guys. It's a cantrip. Like, you can fix the seam in clothing. You can't undo a burning book, I don't think.
Yeah.
You'd probably just restore the pages without the text.
But anyways, what can I read on the legible pages?
On the legible pages, it seems to be a diary.
Mhm.
Its cursive is very, very hard to read. To the point of very much like, God, is this even common? But then you
There are a lot-
realize
I've read a lot of books. Keep going.
you've read a lot of books, and I'm going to add something to the top to your not your inventory, but on the journal tab,
Oh.
and I'd like you to read this aloud.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
You understand that on the very first page that is legible, you read it the following. I am
the
ancient.
Oh, okay.
And immediately you realize this is Strahd's diary.
It is Strahd. Yeah. Sorry. I am the ancient, I am the land. My beginnings are lost in the darkness of the past. I was the warrior, I was good and just. I thundered across the land like the wrath of a just god. But the war years and killing years wore down my soul as the wind wears stone into sand. All goodness slipped from my life. I found my youth and strength gone, and all I had left was death. My army settled in the valley of Barovia and took power over the people in the name of a just god, but with none of a god's grace or justice. I called for my family, long unseated from their ancient thrones, and brought them here to settle in the Castle Ravenloft, a castle named in honor of my mother. Tragedy struck as my family traveled to the castle. My dearest mother would never be able to see the land of which I have claimed, nor the castle that stands in her name. But among those who arrived came my younger brother, Sergei. He was handsome and youthful. I hated him for both. From the families of the valley, one spirit shone above all others, a rare beauty who was called Perfection, Joy, and Treasure. Her name was Tatiana, and I longed for her to be mine. I loved her with all my heart. I loved her for her youth. I loved her for her joy, but she spurned me. Old One was my name to her, elder and brother also. Her heart went to Sergei. They were betrothed. The date was set. Sorry. With words she called me brother, but when I looked into her eyes, they reflected another name. Death. It was the death of the age that she saw in me. She loved her youth and enjoyed it, but I had squandered mine. The death she saw in me turned her from me, and so I came to hate death, my death. My hate is very strong. I would not be called death so soon. I made a pact with death, a pact of blood. On the day of the wedding, I killed Sergei, my brother. My pact was sealed with his blood. I found Tatiana weeping in the garden east of the chapel. She fled from me. She would not let me explain, and a great anger swelled within me. She had to understand the pact was made for her. I had made for her. I pursued her. Finally, in despair, she flung herself from the walls of Ravenloft, and I watched everything I ever wanted fall from my grasp forever. It was 1,000 feet through the mist. No trace of her was ever found. Not even I knew her fate. Arrows from the castle pierced me to my soul, but I did not die, nor did I live. I became undead forever. I have studied much since then. Vampire is my new name. I still lust for life and youth, and I curse the living that took them from me. Even the sun is against me. It is the sun and light I fear most. But little else can harm me now. Even a stake through my heart does not kill me, though it holds me from movement. But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought, I must dispose of that awful tool. I fear it and hate as much as the sun. I have often hunted for Tatiana. I even felt her within my grasp, but she escapes. She taunts me. She taunts me. What will it take for her to bend her love to me? I now reside far below Ravenloft. I live among the dead and sleep beneath the very stones of this hollow castle of despair. I shall seal shut the walls of the stairs that none may disturb me. Well then.
And how did you manage to get a hold of this, exactly?
Erwin.
He's not in the room.
Erwin will be waiting at the door, as you've read quietly.
Okay.
He says, "My family are very good at getting into certain spots."
I
And
see.
you're
Yeah.
sure that he is not aware that we have this now?
Well, we made sure to keep a low profile.
Mm-hmm.
We managed
As
to... we managed to recover that quite a bit long time ago. It was actually... I think it was my father's father. No, I was able to snatch away that from a burning rubbish.
As I was reading, did it feel like this is what I was sent to find? Like, do I get any feeling that like this was what I was looking for?
There's a start. As you look over the one particular passage.
Mm-hmm.
But the sword, that cursed sword that Sergei brought,
Mm-hmm.
it flashes for a moment. So, from what you learn from this tome, you understand that there is a sword specifically dedicated to spiting Strahd, essentially.
I mean, I know what it is, but Byrne doesn't.
Somewhere within Barovia, that sword still remains.
Mm-hmm.
You also learn that Tatiana's body was never found.
Yep. Disappeared into the mist.
But theoretically, somewhere next to Castle Ravenloft.
I mean, we were all spirited away from other worlds, weren't we?
Unwillingly, but yes.
Who's to say she didn't as well?
So you're saying it could have been in reverse?
From what I know, the mists have a mind of their own. And they like to toy with things.
Can I roll something real quick?
Sure.
So above table,
Mhm.
I know that like the state Barovia is in is because it is a domain of dread, and I know that domains of dread are like, based on the Shadowfell or get their energy from Shadowfell-like sources. So, would I, as a Fae, know anything about that?
You can roll
Or would I
me.
have to roll?
I'd say you'll need to roll. Give a Arcana, I think would be the best option.
Oh boy, +2. Yeah, 13.
You've heard that the Shadowfell, in some regards, can act as like a personalized hell for certain powerful beings that basically inhabit here.
I've committed no sin. Then why am I here?
Sometimes misery enjoys company.
I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
That being said, if you had to take a wild guess, you would have to say that Barovia is Strahd's personal hell. And this is a part of it. Unrequited love that will forever be outside of his reach.
Well, he at least does a good job of pretending it's his heaven.
There is one last thing that you do draw from this. The last passage.
And I reside in far below Ravenloft.
Yes.
Yeah, I clocked that as well. I'm wondering if that means it's safe to get into the castle as long as we stay to the surface.
Well, no, I think that's just where his coffin is. Because if you recall, Burn knows what their coffin is because I managed to use the spell. Which one was it? I managed
Howdy.
to use... Hi.
Hello.
I managed to use on our first encounter with him. I managed to finish him off with a Mind Spike, which he failed. On a failed save, you also know the target's location until the spell ends. But only when the two of you are on the same plane of existence, so he missed it and went back to go reform.
So yeah, he you know the location of it, and now you know how to get to him.
Like the stairs that
I
are
was more
sealed.
curious about the fact that this may give us an opening to seek out the challenger to the werewolf throne, so to speak.
Emil.
Yeah.
I don't think Emil would be next to Strahd's coffin. But maybe if Erwin's family knows how to get in and out easily, maybe he could help with that.
Yeah. Because the main reason we were worried about going after Emil was because if Strahd is in the castle, then we would be provoking a fight with him, but if we know that Strahd will be elsewhere, or at least far enough away in the castle that we can sneak in, it may be worth going for him.
We can ask Erwin, like, do you still know
Yeah.
how to get into the castle?
Oh, quite easily, actually.
Do you know how to get into the dungeons?
I can scout out the area.
What do you know of the
No.
sword? Has there been any news on that?
We've done quite a bit of searching. We've never been able to find that sword. Wherever Strahd has hidden it, he's hidden it well.
Ask them where they haven't been able to look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anywhere you've not been able to check?
Well, we've we sent out our scouts as far as we could, but there's a lot of places we can't really get to. Well, we can get on the outskirts of Strahd's castle, but going deeper within is risky. We're good at snooping about, but even we can't get too brazen. If I had to take a guess, he probably has some clue within the castle. Just to keep tabs on it. And there's... we've checked many of the major cities here in Barovia. As far as we're aware of, there's no hidden place in any of the major settlements. It's mostly going... The only thing we haven't been able to try is just combing the land, but that can be difficult with the mist.
Do you think the Vistani would know?
If they did, they wouldn't betray Strahd. They would... If I imagine if the Vistani still had it, I mean, and they had if they were still, loyal to Strahd and they had access to the weapon, they probably would have dumped it outside of Barovia, if I remember correctly.
Is that even possible?
The Vistani are one of the few people that can travel in and out freely through the mist.
But would the mist allow it to be tossed aside so callously?
I don't believe so. That sword is a relic of the gods here, at least the gods that used to reside over here. I don't think the sword would ever intentionally leave.
Since we're on the subject of potentially storming his castle one day, you've been in the castle before.
I have, yes.
Do you... So, from my experience in this land so far, there isn't exactly a normal day or night cycle. The sun doesn't really show itself. But, regardless, does the master of the house still go by the usual rules of a vampire? Or is it that because the sun never shines, he has no reason to go back into his coffin?
I believe his coffin is mostly a place for him to respawn, so to speak. If you slay his mortal form, he would simply turn to mist and reappear in his coffin.
Yeah, we've seen that happen.
But other than that, there's no reason for him to be incapacitated for half a day.
Very little reason. The sun does not shine nearly enough for him to ever be at risk. As for entering any household, he really only has trouble with that with holy and sanctified, hallowed grounds, really.
Which now includes all of Vallaki.
Thankfully, the remains have been put under tighter watch. But I digress. Tell me, friends, what is your next move that you intend to make?
Currently,
Insight check.
yeah, we'll do that too first. I mean, he's proven an ally so far, but there's always the chance. I have a +5 to this. Fucking hell game. Come on.
I'll insight him.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Shim.
Alright, Shem. If he was going to betray you, he would not be giving you Strahd's diary.
Yeah.
He seems to be of sound mind and body, at the very least, so if he is under some sort of influence to, backstab you in the long run, it's definitely gonna be, in the long run.
Yeah, he's got the long con going on. All right.
Alright. Vermin will speak up. Well, we're currently helping an apprentice monster hunter with a werewolf problem.
Interesting. At the sound of werewolf, Erwin will kind of freeze a little bit. What kind of werewolf problem? Like the wolf kind?
I fail to see what other kind of werewolf there is. Fucking hell.
He might be asking if they are bipedal or quadruped.
So they're like actual werewolves, not like other kind, right?
What? Speak plainly.
He is doing a very job of being a spy right now.
So like the actual werewolves with the teeth and the fur.
We are talking about lycanthropes, the people who turn into wolves.
Okay, it's just the wolves, right?
As far as we are aware, I can't imagine any other were creature transforming into anything else.
There are other lycanthropes, but well,
If it makes you feel any better, there's one specific guy we're trying to deal with who's a very big problem for everyone.
yes.
If we can befriend the rest of the tribe, we've got no beef with them. But he is leading a smuggling / trafficking / kidnapping ring, which I don't think anyone here is a fan of.
No.
I see.
Can I incite him about the were creature
Go ahead.
interrogation?
I will do it too.
I'm gonna roll.
I will help because
Fucking hell, game.
It doesn't matter. He rolled a natural one.
Yes!
Okay, well then yeah, go ahead. You can do it.
As you all, at the mention of werewolves and lycanthropy, immediately, his posture goes immediately stiff.
Everything all right?
Yes. So, we're allies, right?
I'd like to think so.
You gave us the stone.
So,
Why do you not think of us as allies?
no. It's just, you know, my family, we like keeping our ear to the ground and having allies. We try our best, just out of principle, to avoid certain hunters, so to speak. A lot of people or monster hunters tend to be a little more closed-minded. We're a lot more friendlier. We try our best to make sure that everyone has a place and a place to go, so to speak.
Erwin, when was the last full moon?
The last full moon was about 14 days ago.
And you knew that without checking a calendar.
how often do full moons happen here?
Quite often.
When's the next one expected?
10 days.
And you knew that off the top of your head.
I'm very good at informing people.
You don't have to answer this, Gray, but, what do werewolves count as in terms of monster type?
They count as... Fuck. I imagine it has to be monstrosity. Because they don't count as anything else.
Yeah, let me see something real quick. Wow. Literally, primeval awareness checks everything except monstrosities.
Is humanoid.
Huh. I mean, I guess technically, yeah, they are humanoid.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna take out one of my daggers, and I'm going to very gingerly sort of like cut into my palm so that blood is shown. And I'm going to smear it around my hand so that
it is sort of like spread out, and because here the thing about smells is that if you spread them around, they're more pungent. So, and as soon as I do that, I am going to like bring it close to, like, outstretch my paw towards him. Just not say anything, just gauge his reaction.
As you cut your palm, immediately his attention draws to you. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? What? Stop. Okay?
Do you have a problem?
You cut yourself for some strange reason? I imagine I would have a little bit of a problem with that.
Well, if you have a problem with it, why don't you fix it?
And I bring out the hand towards him.
But I'm not a vampire, if that's what you're trying to insinuate.
Which is all the more reason why I trust you not to do anything to an exposed wound.
For the love of... He pulls out, like... He has, like, a bar towel. He's like, no, I can't use that. I mean, it's
Right.
covered in alcohol, but that's recontaminating the wound.
And besides, I don't want you using that anyway.
Ew. What?
Let's try a different tactic.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel like
gonna
this
bring
is-
it close to his face. I want to see if his eyes shift out of instinct.
You seem to freak out at the mention of lycanthropes, but you seem to be less worried about the werewolves. So the question is there something that is not a werewolf that is also a lycanthrope?
Eugene will push your hand out of his face, like, please stop, Fred. There are several different variants of lycanthropy, yes. There's were-tigers, were-bears, were-ravens.
I'm going to be watching his expression as he names the different were-creatures and see if any of them causes a twitch.
The were-ravens was a clear...
Also, yeah, sorry. I just want to point out that depending on his type, he will react to the scent of blood getting closer. Like, not to the point of lunging, but if he is some sort of shapeshifter, they all react very strongly to the scent of fresh blood.
Yeah, as blood is gotten very close to him, he does have to visibly, like, he does visibly recoil slightly. He does do a little bit of a squawk. It's like, as he kind of bats your hand away. It says, listen, all right. We're allies. I've
Yeah.
given you a lot of secrets. And I'm going to trust you on this to keep this under your hat. All right? He closes the door as you all are inside the room. It says, this has been my family's main source of way of gathering information. We're very good friends with the ravens of these lands.
I see.
And he's going to shake a little bit, and you'll watch as feathers begin to prick across his form as he takes on his were-raven form.
I was honestly going to say, the werecrow. It's total. I was like, nah, everyone's having a moment, and that's stupid. And it's like, my god, they had it so wrong. It was a were-raven.
That's
Yeah.
so
If he's
Raven.
still able to talk in this form,
He-
I will say,
So, since you are finally speaking plain with us, do you have any reservations about those kidnappers?
Well, we've been distant with the werewolves of these lands. A long time ago, back when I was still a child, a large amount of them seemingly disappeared overnight. And, well, that pact has never truly ever recovered ever since.
But you are not friends with them, nor enemies.
We are neutral grounds. We try our best to not interfere with their affairs. At least we, oust ourselves in the process.
Well, you wouldn't be ousting yourselves. We would be the ones challenging him to a fight.
So,
And besides, it's not like they would immediately suspect you. This wouldn't be the first time that we've encountered them.
sorry, I got a massive crick in my neck. Ow, ow, ow.
Yeah. This is him transforming back.
No, this is real life. My neck. Ow, fuck.
No, no. Are you okay?
No, we get that. We're incorporating it into the story.
Yeah.
Ow. Hang on.
He's just shoving the feathers back into the pores.
Yeah, you might want to find something that's circular to bend over on.
Fuck, that was weird. That just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot more from now on.
Damn.
What?
It's called getting old.
No, why it's making an age joke, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yeah, what else would I be suggesting?
I don't know.
he then says, well, it's not that we are not, at the very least, slightly compassionate about them. Their pact has been slowly dying for quite some time. Well, lycanthropy, especially with werewolves, can be difficult to maintain, so to speak. It requires a lot of dedication, and in their case, they've very little. Well, the werewolf population has been diminishing for quite some time, and there's very few of them that can actually reproduce naturally without the child, well, not making.
Very few Chad wolves working up the riz for the females, I see.
No, it's just that once per month, when the mother transforms, it's very unhealthy for the baby. Many werewolf females have stillborn. For were-ravens, on the other hand, they're much more calmer, so it's easier to have children of our own.
Yes. Well, we were talking about the dungeons earlier because a less tyrannical leader of this pack was imprisoned there recently. The one we are attempting to overthrow made a deal with Strahd for power that isn't seemingly his own, but is actually linked to a weapon. It's a long story. We thought about maybe going to grab this leader from the dungeons, but the thing is we've never been inside the castle, and that's literally where Strahd is, and we're not his favorite people right now. That seemed foolish.
I see. So, if you can release this prisoner, then may be able to get you this opportunity to begin with. Or at the very least, have a very powerful ally.
Something like that. Do you think you could help us with that?
I think I very much can.
In return, we'll make sure the monster hunters don't look twice at the vineyard.
As some might call that extortion, but I know a business proposition when I see it. Please don't tell my father that the secret's been blown.
I won't. What good will that do me?
recently have gotten news that my father has been scorning me for many years for no good reason. So that's always good to know.
Escorting?
No.
Scorning.
Like hating.
Oh, like spurning.
Yeah. I
We
learned
fixed
that.
that last time, I forgot.
Yes, it turns out that our old family friend is the one that stole the gem, and not because I was distracted. Still a little bitter about it, but it's whatever.
Alright then. Well, thank you for the information. And thank you for sharing these secrets with us.
He'll shake again and revert back to his human form. Says, "Very well. With that being said, I do believe I have to send out a few feelers, make sure that certain paths are still open. I imagine that this werewolf that you're trying to rescue is, well, if he's alive, he's going to be a great asset. If he's not, well,
We at least have confirmation and can move forward.
exactly. I will get to work on that. If you plan on staying for at least a little bit, I can send out a few of my ravens.
Please do. And maybe he'll be at home at Ravenloft Castle.
Yeah, some would be quite easily to say that, as he says, gives you all a nod and adieu as he leaves to send out feelers and go back to the bar. Now that Wyatt's here, let's jump back over to him.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Wyatt, as you guys entered Vallaki, you realized that the church was a little bit busy with a lot of people who have recently been bitten by wolves as of late.
Goodness gracious, Gumdrops.
Yes, their wounds seem pretty minor, but it is incredibly painful, and for some reason they aren't fully healing after a while.
That's no good.
If you'd be so kind,
Yeah.
would you please give me some medicine checks?
Yes.
Alright, soft 20. Alright, immediately as you are going into cleaning this man's bite wound, a lumberjack who was out and about grabbing lumber. The wound actually looks pretty old. It's been at least a few days, and normally by then, the wound would at least close. But you realize that after applying your medicine and watching the fizziness activate, you realize that there's definitely something infecting him.
Yeah, the bubbles are how you know there's something in there.
With a soft 20, you have a distinct feeling that you might know an easy way of making sure that things go through just nicely.
Yeah, you gotta really let it soak in. It's like, actually, what is that foamy house cleaning substance people get?
Peroxide?
Is that what? All right.
Peroxide? Yeah.
If this would be a perfect time to use your advanced medicine.
Oh my god, it's in there now. Ooh, did you put that in?
Go
Yes.
for it, Wyatt. This is your moment.
Yeah. Don't worry, sir, ma'am. I've got this all under control. Nurse, hold them down, please.
Yeah, with beloved, you do your job. As you hold on to this man's shoulder, he's like, "Wait, hold up now." You pull out a bone saw. He's like, "Oh wait, hold up now. Wait.
Michael, don't leave me in here! Michael!
But instead of sawing off his leg, you saw off the cap of a concoction that you have prepared.
It's like a bottle opener.
That's really good, Gray. Good stuff.
It does end up using a third level spell to do this, as you prepare them. Yeah, you prepare your concoction. It glows with an arcane imbuement, and you dump it onto his leg. Of which he immediately begins to scream out bloody murder as everything just kind of sizzles.
It's
As
like a
the
big heat down
medicine
there.
seeps into the wound, which is incredibly painful. If anyone's ever had, like, Dr. Pepper poured onto an open cut on your hand, imagine
That's a very
that, but
specific reference that
Oh,
I feel like
God.
you have some history there.
yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if, like, one of those quack snake oil salesmen selling you stuff that does not work and it's just soda, but this time it is real.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's his entire vibe.
And after
XXYZX sauna.
Oh god.
Yeah. After a solid minute of this man just screaming bloody murder, eventually he does pass out, and you all watch as the bite marks that was on his leg finally begin to close up.
Ooh.
Oh,
Congratulations, you've cured this man of lycanthropy.
Yeah!
Nice.
Straight up.
Oh, fabulous! Nurse, high five!
She fishes out 5 coins from the man's purse and hands them to you.
It's the consultation fee.
That works too!
That's the high five.
Oh!
It's
There's so-
trendy.
As
So much
the priest then says, "Well, that, I suppose that works. Next patient." As another person is like, I just have a cough.
Yeah, no worries, dear. Oh, wait, you.
Beloved pulls out engagement and kind of cracks the whip. Like, yeah, he won't have one for long.
Oh God.
We'll whip you right into shape.
Go ahead and get another medicine check, Dr. Pepper.
Oh God. Really? Whoa.
Yeah, that's just a cough. And you can fix that with a little bit of your Dr. Pepper brew.
Not the advanced one this time, though, just a regular one.
Yeah, no, this isn't cherry flavor.
We didn't turn to it, just Dr. Pepper waterboarding this guy.
Just like, it's just the image of just cruel scene, happy-go-lucky doctor, blank expression, nurse just watching this vacantly it's never gonna get old.
Alright.
I mean, she is the one restraining them. That is her bedside manner that she's going to be rolling for the next few sessions.
Yeah.
Context, it's like holding someone steadily as you're drowning them face down.
Exactly.
Take your medicine! You just fucking straight up Kratosing them. Oh God, I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Well, you're not supposed to be breathing, dearie. You're supposed to be drinking. Opposite use of lungs.
Meanwhile, the priest is just like, he's just doing like silent prayers for these people that are that you're taking care of. It's like they're technically heroes, and they're a lot stronger than me. I can't do anything about this, but they're technically helping.
It's a process. It's a process.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the good guys. They're the good guys. They're the good guys.
Just
This is
trust the
just how-
process.
This is just how life is before anesthetic.
He's not wrong.
All right, you got one last person.
Oh, fuck.
Right? What are their symptoms?
They're healing them, and now they're gonna heal me.
Oh my god!
Okay, that's next.
This particular person is kind of missing an arm right now after they got another very vicious wolf attack.
Oh, you have something for that.
You don't. We do.
You do?
That's true.
And I don't want to
What?
waste it. I don't want to waste it on a nameless NPC.
Hey, Jesse.
You're not
You're
Gloxney right. You're not Gloxney right now. Stop being so helpful to people.
I mean,
Sir.
technically, this was exactly what Gloxony was trying to do.
Exactly.
But you may want to hold on to that potion with how useful it is, considering that you're going to be fighting a werewolf barehanded.
Yeah,
later.
that is true. But okay. So, Wyatt, what do you think Dr. Peppers can do?
What the hell is ritual casting?
It allows you to... Certain spells can be casted a little bit longer to have the effect without spending the spell slot.
Yeah,
So
that's
you can
not
cast
good.
it. You can cast it for free, but it takes longer.
How good is anyone with mechanical things?
Well, there's one particular toy maker who's very good at making stuff.
And how up the arm is this?
To the elbow.
Elbow.
Not so bad.
We've seen evidence of his work with Esmeralda's leg.
Yeah.
She did tell you about him, so yeah.
The elbow is basically the knee of the arm. Oh! Well then congratulations, you. What's your profession by chance?
I was a lumberjack.
Ooh, you're gonna
And he's
have
not
a
okay.
No. Don't look at this as misfortune, but an opportunity.
What?
What? Oh, you'll see. We'll get you all cleaned up here. Maybe, probably scrub off a few more centimeters of flesh there and get a nice toy maker to give you a whole new mechanical arm. One that's able to insert an axe into there so you can just chop freely from the arm knee, as you call them.
Beloved demonstrates by pulling out Proposal, the punching dagger, just to show him, hey, look, you could get something really cool like this.
You can get a chainsaw hand.
God.
Well,
I mean,
as you're...
if there was anyone in Valakia who would build a chainsaw hand, it would be Linksy.
Yeah. That being said, go ahead and give me one last medicine check.
Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Oh, come on!
I'd say Beloved's giving you advantage, so...
Yeah.
Nurse.
Luckily, with the 22, you can tell that the wound, because it was ripped off and not, like, left intentionally bit in, he is not contracting lycanthropy.
Hooray!
It does require you to, as you said, kind of clean up the wound, so to speak. Which is, well... let's just say you acid spray some Dr. Pepper to tenderize that meat just a little bit before, cleaning up the scraps. You straight up marinate his arm in Dr. Pepper is what you do.
You know what? Out of compassion, I'm gonna say that Beloved knocks him unconscious before this happens.
It's like, apply,
This might be a
nurse,
bit much.
nurse, apply some anesthetic. Crack.
That's her name. It's anesthesia.
Oh! Her left fist is Stesia, her right is Anna.
Anna and Stesia.
Yeah. You see, this is why I consider you the people person of our little duo ship.
After some grueling surgery, you send this poor bastard out on his way with a doctor's note to Blinsky, in the hopes of getting a prosthetic arm.
Yeah, give him this note. Doctor recommended, and don't worry about the bill. Tell him we're willing to do anything he may require of us. Have a good one.
All right.
Wyatt, you came in at the last moment, but you made this so good.
Ah, shucks. You guys are fun to bounce off of. It's just keep upping the ante. It's like Kung Fu Hustle, but horror.
Exactly.
But yeah, with
One of these days, I'm waiting for Wyatt to go like, "Can I interest you in some potpourri?" It works for me.
And he just eats it.
Just pecks at it like birdseed.
peck, 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 peck,
Peck, peck, peck, peck.
It's full of protein.
potpourri protein.
Yeah, it's minty too.
Minty fresh. Before there's just a little bit left for today's session, but I really need to use the restroom. So if you guys could like banter for like 5 minutes.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I could
Oh
Aussie
yeah,
out.
absolutely. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, so.
Yeah.
All right. What are our plans in regards to the hag's requests?
We're not giving her any bones, that's for sure.
Oh. Oh wait, yeah, we need those.
Yeah. All right. So, Wyatt, before you got here, on the way to the town, we got stopped by a hag who offered to help us with the upcoming brawl in exchange for a lock of hair from a dead man, the Watcher patriarch, or some blood from a werewolfen. Neither of these are good options, so we're thinking about like tricking her.
No, come on, we can give her a little blood.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now that we know that Edwin is a wereraven, couldn't we just like ask him to do a solid?
Yeah. Or, I mean, I've always been curious. Well, as a little fledgling, I was curious what it would be like to have a wereraven bite me and become double bird.
That is an interesting proposal, to be honest.
That's your version. That's how you test for if the placebo works. You do a double bird test.
Oh my god.
Wait. That took a hot second.
Well,
That's awesome.
this would actually give Wyatt the ability to change into a raven and fly around. So like, he really can't lose here.
If anything, she might consider that a bonus plus, because double bird.
And I mean,
You sh-
here's the thing. She wants this because the family that runs the Blue Water Inn is spying on Strahd, and she wants to like get at them. But if it's Dr. Pepper's blood, then all she's going to be doing is watching someone who is not a spy master, he's a doctor.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm back.
Howdy.
Dr. Pepper's becomes a double bird to bypass this.
We call that the double deuce.
Hey.
Alrighty. With your duties at the church complete, the priest eventually says, "Oh, thank you so much for your help. I can handle the rest. You go on ahead with your party is probably looking for you. Go, please go."
Get out.
Please.
That makes me think of that
Beloved
one
curtsies
episode of
at them.
Girl-Chan. I acknowledge your strength. Just please go. Go!
I was actually thinking the old lady from Flapjack. She's like,
The one who said it was closed and
Yeah.
then insisted on it.
yeah. And then they try to go in anyway. She just goes, leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will meet up with the others at the Blue Water Inn, exchange information, and also we got some potions and gold to add to our inventory, Wyatt.
Oh. Ooh. How much? What did we get?
3K to be divided amongst you guys.
So 600.
You have 5 potions of superior healing
So one of each.
Mhm.
and 1 potion of regeneration for emergencies.
I'm keeping that one.
The man with the missing eye says.
Well, I'm not. I don't think that'll work because it's a mark in a way.
Well,
Nor does
I
he really
mean,
want
it
to.
is a god versus a god, so
I'd
probably
rather,
be up to
I'd rather not. It's my.
But there's also the the Vistani gold and potions
Mhm.
while we're right here.
Mhm.
I started.
So
I don't think I was there for that.
There you were. It was after we
Really?
left. It was after we left. Velaki.
Yeah.
Oh,
we helped.
Did we rescue from the
We
lake?
helped. Yeah, we helped. We helped rescue a Vistani girl.
Yeah.
yeah, little girl.
Arabella was her name. Yeah. Her dad was lost. I still have those written here.
I believe it was 1,200 gold.
Yep.
You also had
12 potions.
12 potion of greater healing.
I think we may have actually split those up already because I have 2 potions of greater healing in my inventory, and if Vic was still playing, that would have made 6 players. So does that sound right?
Yeah.
I think that Beloved probably gave hers to Dr. Pepper's. Wyatt, do you have 4 potions of greater healing in your inventory?
I do now.
Okay, yes.
So
And
and
add 1 potion of superior healing.
how many does that do?
Superior healing, if I remember correctly.
According to D&D Beyond, it's 8d4 plus 4.
Yes, 84 plus 4.
Cool.
Superior or greater?
Superior is 8d4. Greater is 4d4 plus 4.
Yeah.
You want to write it out?
4d4 plus 4.
Is for greater.
Yeah.
And then superior is 8d4 plus 4.
Alright.
Cool.
Got it.
I don't have anything in my inventory from that latest thing, so I should probably add the 2 for the rescue and the.
The 1 from the bar, yeah. I'll add that.
Alright. After discussing and dividing up your rewards, there is one last thing you guys need to do before we end today's session. You all make your way down to Blinsky's store.
Oh, yeah.
As you open the store, you hear a little jingle, and immediately you see that jolly toy maker himself, Blinsky, as he's currently creating something off the counter. He says, "Ah, welcome to my store. Oh, it's good to see you all again."
Hi.
Ooh. Yes, doctor, I received your doctor's note.
Ooh.
Yes. I have. It's been a while since I've done prosthetics. remember doing one for a leg not too long ago. But I should be able to do an arm. It's gonna be a little costly to create something. If you're looking for something simple, I can make something with that, but it will require a little bit of work.
Oh, that's no trouble, dear sir. Nurse, stand behind me. Just shoves her.
Costume formation.
Yes. But just like her ominous presence behind me is all
Yeah.
official. I'm sure we could work something out to your benefit. No, we don't want this to be a chore for you after all. You should have some fun with this.
Oh, I do love fun. But how advanced do you want the arm to be? I can make it very useful. I can make it practical, or I can make it advanced. I'm certain a lumberjack. They know their arms are very useful, so it's important to be useful as well.
Yeah, I'd say that's very true. Well, how would this benefit you? God, what am I choking on? There it is. Craw. Huh. Well, let's see. I have this golden goblet, this silver cloche, this gold ring, over 600 of gold.
Oh. The ring worth 600 gold, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, this is. I suppose this would be very useful. This will keep the lights going for quite some time.
Wonderful. I'd love to see you really go ham on this. After all, it's a dangerous world out there. It'd be fun if we just had something to combat that likewise in kind.
Of course, it's like my store saying, if it's not Blinksy, it's no fun, and that's what we're gonna get.
Yeah.
I already have a few designs already written up, but that will be for the lumberjack. What brings you all to here, to Blinksy's store, anyway? Oh, pardon me.
Above table, I kind of don't remember why we're visiting.
You wanted to get something
we're
silver
visiting
for
your
Beloved.
weapons to fight werewolves.
That's right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Beloved steps forward and she shows her teeth and she shows the tips of her fingers and she makes kind of like demonstrating that they are sadly unarmed and that's terrible and he needs to do something about that.
It's so sad.
I see. Oh, gonna roll insight for Blinsky.
It'll be a pretty low check. She is trying very hard to make it obvious.
Roll persuasion.
I have lost connection. Could you roll it for me, please?
Oh, shoot. Okay, one sec. Alright. Beloved. Loading. Come on. Roll 20, work with me. There we go. Alright. Persuasion. Persuasion. Okay, you rolled a 12. Yeah, high enough. Oh, you're looking for fake teeth and claws. Oh, I can do something with that about that.
She takes the silver cloth from Dr. Pepper's and she kind of like taps it like this material.
Okay, I can work with that. Blinsky will say, "Okay, come over the counter. Come here. I need measurements."
She immediately walks over the counter.
All right. He says, "All right, come sit down, and let's see." As he pulls out a series of rings,
Oh.
as he slowly starts to take measure of each one of your fingers. Kind of
Okay.
like ring size gauging, essentially. He's very,
Oh,
he's very quickly.
That's what he's looking for. She can actually help him with that. She takes a golden ring out of her inventory and shows it to him. Like,
Ah.
it's this side.
Okay. He takes measurements. As he's doing so, he records the length of each one of your fingers, as well as the diameter and circumference of each. Like, if you were to get a ring for each hand, for each finger.
Maybe like a fucking pimp at this point.
I know. Gonna be iced to hell.
Pimping like Catwoman.
She's gonna bitch slap this werewolf.
She slapped
God,
the
yes,
highlight out of his
please.
hair.
Blinsky says, "Okay, I got your measurements. Now for the others. Wait here." As he goes to the back, and he comes out with an apple. Bite down on this.
She does.
As you bite into it, it's a little bit of a sour apple. But after your first bite, he pulls the apple back and sees your teeth marks and says, "All right, I can work with that."
How are Beloved's teeth? Like, are they actually taken care of, or?
They're fine. Like, she grew up in a medieval village, and she lived badly after the incident, but she's still got most of them, and they're fine. I mean, they can regenerate with the rest of her with her barbarian healing.
Alright, I was just curious.
Sorry, one sec. I gotta get the cat out. She
All
snuck
right.
into my room.
Meow.
No,
Really?
Sonny,
Alright.
go back to Lobos.
It really is something when like a cat is just so like tortured soul about life.
But yes,
Oh, yeah,
after a little bit of work, he says, "Okay, so I'm taking silver from the quash. I can scrape this down, remelt it. I can work something out with this, and I can, I believe I can make special attachments. Thankfully,
I mean, that works for her. She wants to know how much.
Well, you're providing supply of silver, so that's good. That saves me a lot of work.
Yeah.
Silver's very hard to get here in Barovia, for obvious reasons. Let's see. Mostly the manufacturing price of this. For something good and reliable, you will need roughly 600 gold.
Man, that's a weird coincidence. But she hands it over without any kind of arguing or anything.
Thank you. Alright. I will get to work on this as soon as I can. So yeah, Blinsky is going to make you silver claws and fangs.
So the others, you said that you might have ideas for other things that we could do while she's squaring off against Fancy Boy. So if you want to pursue those avenues, that would be, you know, obviously ideal while we're right here in town. But
Yeah.
we can also pursue Wyatt's idea to give him the thropy of the ravens and technically fulfill the hag's bargain.
The what of the raven? Sorry.
The blood of a were-raven by infecting Dr. Pepper's.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, she's asked for a blood or a feather. That's right. That's
Mhm.
what you the feather part. Well, I was actually gonna ask if like Erwin had like I don't know, like his grandfather who passed away's feather or something.
His grandfather is still alive and well, but like, yeah, you're right. They could technically just give you a feather from a dead were-raven,
Yeah.
and that would still work. But also, I think it would be really cool if Dr. Pepper's could turn into a bird.
Double bird.
Double
Double
bird.
I mean, yeah.
Would he be able
Alright.
to talk as Double Bird when he's in Double Bird?
I mean,
I assume so.
ravens can mimic voices. That's not a problem.
Well,
Fair.
We saw Erwin talk while he was shifted, so yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that's an avenue we could do, but I want to explore maybe like he just has a dead memento one first.
I'd like to
Right.
imagine, even as a raven, Dr. Peppers would still have the Plague Doctor mask and the hat and the glasses.
Literally nothing changes.
He just shrinks.
He just gets bigger.
I mean, technically, if you want to get technical, Dr. Pepper could infect himself, give the feather, and then just cure himself.
That is a good point. I mean, it's definitely not a forever deal when Dr. Pepper can just cure himself whenever he feels like.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down.
All right, let's go. Where do I get chewed on?
Oh God.
Good.
So,
Uh,
how do you approach this idea with Erwin?
Hey,
Uh,
yes, you.
Well, you weren't there to see it. It's like, hey, Erwin, do you have another moment, real quick?
Hey!
Yes, my friend. My feelers are still out there. If you're
This is
still
a different subject. You remember the good doctor here?
Waves.
Yes, the doctor. How could I not?
Yes, I know. It's a lot to take in. Anyway, would you mind biting me?
What?
He's a eccentric sort. Not privately.
What? It's always good to be honest and direct with a patient. I see no reason to do that in other company.
As
That's
the
not a
Erwin
crowded moment. Yeah.
takes you to the back, it's like, what the actual fuck?
Well, we're running a bit of an experiment, you see. I've always wondered since I was a wee little hatchling, what exactly circumstances would transpire given an avian man such as myself becoming a werecrow. I'm sorry, raven, as it apparently is.
Erwin just looks over to you, Burn, and is like, not even a day has passed.
It's just shrug. Like, listen, you think I can stop him?
All right. So I need to make this blatantly clear.
Uh-huh.
You don't want people knowing that you're a lichen of any kind here.
Here. Okay, good to know.
You cannot tell people where you got this.
Mm, What if I have a medical record I need to take note of?
You could just say you were bit by one somewhere in Valaki, not anything further.
Oh,
I
Consider it patient confidentiality.
good point, nurse. Very wise thinking.
because I need to make it blatantly clear I cannot endanger my family for
Yeah.
this.
No, of course, yeah.
Going
All
on.
precautions will be taken care of. It will be quite anonymous. We'll put a whole big black mark over your name on everything.
I'm gonna hold you to that. Looks at you sternly.
Looks at him birdly.
Look, most lycanthropy works differently when non-human host. I don't know how a bird person like yourself will react to this. So,
That's what makes an experiment.
that's what makes it an experiment. All right. I suppose I just have to bite down hard enough to, I guess, draw blood.
Yes.
Are you ready?
1 second. Takes out a monocle to look closely at arm where biting will be administered. Thank you very kindly, by the way, for your time. This will be great data to take in these trying times everyone finds themselves in.
All right.
Sure.
Brace yourself. This may hurt a bit. All right. You'll watch as his head just kind of immediately shifts to the raven form, opens up his beak wide, and you just see rows of teeth on the inside.
Oh,
It's like a
That's
goose.
that's not anatomically correct, I don't think.
It is actually on the tongue. It's crazy.
God.
All right. Does a 23 hit?
I mean, he's not resisting, I don't think so.
Yeah, it hits.
All right. You take 12 piercing.
Ow.
And I need you to roll a con save.
Okay, does he need to pass this or fail it?
If he wants to lycanthropy, he has to fail it.
Okay.
Oh, that's definitely a fail.
You watch as he just bites into Dr. Pepper's arm, and just a geyser of blood erupts.
Holy shit.
Lovett attempts to apply a small bandage.
Thank you, nurse!
And he's like, he pulls back and just starts wiping his beak. It's like,
Alright, help clean up.
he'll wipe down like the blood, clean up the mess, and he says, "All right, seriously, you cannot tell anyone I gave you this.
We solemnly swear.
All right, my dad will kill. My dad will
Burn should
fucking
probably
kill me."
ask his question while he's still here.
Oh, I mean, I thought we were gonna do the pepper thing.
It's good to have options.
I don't feel like he's gonna give me a memento of that.
All right.
You have no faith in your persuasive abilities.
Well, I suppose while he's still here, and maybe after he cools down a little bit.
All right, Dr. Pepper. Immediately, you feel a pulse go up your arm. It's not a pleasant one. It's very much feels though as you wrap your bandage around your arm and roll down your sleeve. There's a dull ache that just kind of makes its way up your arm.
Oh, God.
Boo! I should honestly give you disadvantage on everything for that.
He got the bird flu.
Cock Corvid.
My God.
Anyway, Peppers is just like, oh, that's interesting.
All right. So this is an actual thing. So other humanoid-like creatures that are not like humans, stuff like goblins and kobolds that don't fall under the standard humanoid race, actually have a tendency to not fully get lycanthropy when they're bitten. Instead, they just kind of go rabid.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
So, for Dr. Pepper, it's honestly, it's kind of up to DM's discretion. So I'm just gonna roll it as a fate check.
Double bird.
Is that
Double
a-
bird.
Is that a D20 check by chance?
It is indeed a D20 check.
Can I use my portent on that?
All right. I'm not gonna tell you the DC.
Okay.
Which portent are you gonna use?
The 18.
Okay. As you look towards Dr. Pepper, there for a brief moment you see his head kind of twitch, does that bird thing where he fluffs his feathers around, just shake his head a little bit. It starts to get a little more sporadic and twitchy, and you look over towards him and you feel an influence.
We're gonna.
Describe how your friend intervenes.
Well, since, he's dealt with a lot of things in his time, and seeing that probably Dr. Harris was about to like go fucking feral, maybe he can just like, I don't know, pluck away that strand in his brain that was about to like snap and fix it. Like, you know how instead of like ripping or tearing the threads of fate and shit like that, you just kind of pluck it and adjust the tune it plays, so to speak.
Man. He's hitting the outside of the box till it hits the right channel.
Well, yeah, but more eloquently than that. he correctly tunes the melody back to normal.
At first, it looks like a sour note, but eventually it starts to smooth out. This will take some time for it to go into full effect, as per the rules of lycanthropy. But due to your potence, yes, for brevity's sake, Dr. Pepper, you are now a were raven.
Huh.
Hooray!
Sweet.
Hooray! Yay!
Additionally,
it only now occurs to me.
additionally,
It only now it occurs to me. Oh, sorry. Oh, Gray, you go ahead.
your alignment is now shift to lawful good.
Really?
Oh shit!
So where bears and where ravens are lawful good.
Yep. And as for the rule of lycanthropy, your alignment shifts to that as well.
What in
was
the? That is very unique.
Yep.
What was it before?
Don't worry about it.
I was going to say, we probably should have before he got infected.
Probably should have what?
We probably should have prepped a cure potion before he got infected,
I mean,
just in case.
He's still a wizard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what do I look like exactly? Am I like buff Chad? Am I that monster from Bloodborne lady?
I mean, you look exactly the same. You haven't shifted yet, and it will take a little bit of time for it to fully set it.
Ow.
But for now, we pluck a feather. That's one thing on the list
Hooray!
that we can give her.
I'm gonna go lay down now. Plop. That's the Family Guy pose.
All right.
Beloved drag way to a bed.
Yeah, you just have him sling over your shoulder for the rest of the day.
Fireman carry him.
No, bridal style. What's wrong with you?
I mean,
Yeah, he's got a point.
it's true.
I'm kidding, of course.
She has a brand.
Okay.
All right. So, Shim, you also wanted to get Blinsky to make you armor. Is that correct?
I was at we had some of the pink bug parts, and I figured I can get chitin armor.
Okay.
That's
Ooh.
As you present this to Blinsky, he's like, "Ooh, I've never seen material like this before. It's so pink. I've never seen this type of material in Barovia. It's so vibrant. It's so fun." This
Said you liked fun.
Yes, Blinsky enjoys fun. It's not metal, but it's still sturdy. But it's not wood either. What is this? It looks so fun.
It's called chitin. Do you know what that is?
Chitin. It does not seem like it would fly, but Blinsky knows what a kite is.
It's a bug shell.
Ooh, bug.
Yeah.
People don't need to know about that. Some people don't like bugs. But still fun.
Well, since you're so interested in fun, I thought you might enjoy making a set of armor. You know, fun-sized.
You said the word fun-sized. Yes. Blinsky has made miniature armor for many dolls. They've done a lot of sewing for a lot of dolls about your size. Not so much anymore, but they still sell pretty fine. As the doll production of Irina seems to be on sale lately.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's no surprise there.
I'm sorry, I can imagine Strahd coming in disguise and buy all of them in like wedding dresses for them to like dress them as Tatiana.
Honestly, maybe we should take
Just
some.
a soulless Funko Pop collection.
Oh god.
And I thought normal Funko Pop were soulless.
Yeah, Shem, you realize that it's not just Irina anymore. Looking up the dolls that Blinsky has made, he seems to have made dolls of some of the party members.
Oh.
Any of them look like me?
Uh,
Did he get my good side?
Unfortunately, no, there's none of you. It might have something to do with the fact that pixies and fairies are kind of wanted.
Yeah, they've been all sold then.
Yeah. The Burgermeister buys them all just so he can see them mulched. Or worse. Could be doing the thing. Could be doing the thing that Isaac was doing.
Oh.
Oh God.
I don't know if I know what he was doing, and the way you say it, I don't think I want to.
That being said, Blinksy does says, "All right, I do need to get your measurements if I want to make them fit properly."
All right.
Just simple enough. You do have to slightly dress down a little bit so he can get your proper measurements. He has to be very particular, especially with your wings.
If his wings aren't really physical, would they enter into the equation?
I mean, he would want to make sure that it doesn't interfere, but if you tell him that it shouldn't matter, then he'll just take standard back measurements.
I'm fine either way.
Cool.
He's not opposed to being handled if it serves his purposes.
And Blinsky is very delicate. He's big for a man his size, but he does have delicate hands and very dexterous. A little bit of measuring later, you're allowed to put your standard armor back on. As he says, "All right, I have your measurements. I can make a fun-size armor set to match your fun-size sword. Let's see. Grand total. You're providing the material, so I can knock that price down. What type of armor were you looking to make?"
Good question. I don't know what kind of pluses this gives me. I'm limited to only being able to use light armor, which not only am I a rogue, but there's a weight limit on fairies. They can't go above light armor or they can't fly.
Right.
But
the
I
highest
forget it.
the highest you could probably go would be studded leather, which is 13 plus your dex.
Okay. Would it be plus at all, or would it just be like a standard +0?
I mean, this is Pierre's chitin, so
Special material.
it is special material. And it's not just chitinous armor, it's when he was like a actual level 20 druid chitin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say you could probably make this as a +1 studded leather.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
I have nothing else I'm spending money on at the moment, so like I haven't added the recent spoils to my list yet, so I'll just subtract whatever I spend on the armor and then update my sheet.
So, +1 studded armor. Sorry, I need to look up prices. You're providing the materials, so it does give you a bit of a discount. Cost. Okay, standard studded leather is 45 gold, apparently, which I think is kind of crazy.
I mean,
Well,
it's starting gear though, so like
It's like
that's not
starting
terribly
gear,
surprising, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still the best light leather armor. Let's see. Okay, so but a +1 adds. So making it into a +1 does significantly increase the price.
But you gave him the materials, so.
You are giving the material. I'd say let's just add a 0 to it. It's gonna be
450?
450.
I can cover that, no problem.
I think Belinsky's like making bank today.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna start calling him Banksy.
Oh, God. Blanksy.
Write those blank checks.
They won't bounce, don't worry.
Oh, actually, because he was so interested in the chitin armor, if someone has some that they want to try selling him, you could probably make some gold back.
We got like a set of actual chitin armor, which was given to Mustard Seed, but I'm pretty sure he's wearing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think
I don't
so.
think he's interested
it
in
counts
parting with
as like studded leather armor.
Yes.
Plus
Yeah.
one.
Oh, so they're just making mustard seeds, but in small.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, they meant.
as long as I get the armor back, I don't mind giving him it for reference.
Yeah,
Sure.
he probably already has a design to fit Shem better.
Yeah.
But yeah. Alright. Blinksky is working on a prosthetic arm for a nameless NPC. Basically silver knuckles and fangs for Beloved. An armor of chitinous armor for Shem. Let's see. Is there anything you would want to do here, Mustard Seed?
I'm not sure. I think I'll hold off for next session because all over the place right now.
Okay.
Simply.
Well, I'll tell you what. While everyone else is doing their shopping and traversing, how about you get some training in today?
Oh, another round?
Yeah.
All right. In that case, I'm training for alert, so this will be my second roll. I rolled perception last time,
Yes.
I think. All right. Okay, good one. 22. That's gonna bring it to 40 out of 100.
Nice. With you stay on guard. Even though you're within the hollowed ground, you kind of half expect Strahd to just simply walk through like there's nothing to it. The man has always seemed as though a god among these land, which, on first hand account, you've seen exactly the type of destruction he holds.
Mhm.
And if not him, the numerous amount of spies. And it's occurred to you, strangely enough, Strahd, in the book that you read, you remember something. That Strahd took this land via conquest. That means he had an army at one point.
He had an army.
But as far as you've seen in Barovia, there is no guard, there is no actual army. He has no soldiers. Where did they go?
Hmm. Alright.
You take that into note as you look about. You see the Vistani. Some of the Vistani that camp outside the city as they stroll into the Blue Water Inn for a drink. Take note of that. With that in mind,
Alright.
you clock those who would walk by and who are of special interest. But for the most part, you feel content that your party is safe here within the city.
For now.
And yes, let's see. Right, it is getting rather close towards the end. We've got about... actually, we're kind of over our usual time. Is there anything you guys want to do before we close off today's session?
I think anything we can do can wait till next time, honestly.
All right. So, before we...
Oh.
Yes, Reed?
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to ask, can Beloved make another medicine roll? And I still don't have access to the thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can make another one for you.
What are we doing?
Who are you,
She's just trying... right now, she's trying to tend to Dr. Peppers, who is recovering from his transformation.
Oh, damn it. I saw that roll. It almost was a double nat 20, but then it rolled over to an 8.
Oh.
Say less.
If we have a chance to do our daily training rolls, could I just say that Shem was, while we're talking with
Yeah?
Binksy, he was just kind of fiddling with the random devices around the place.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just kind of checking them out, seeing how they work.
He certainly has a lot of bits and bobs that you could tinker with.
Okey-dokey, doink.
Do your best Tinkerbell impression.
Yeah.
14 both ways. But yeah. As the party, you do, Burn, if you have any pardon me. If you have any training you want to sneak in, now would be the time.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It would just be intelligence, because I'm just doing it for skilled.
Yep.
Alright, I need to head out early. I need to work on this.
Alright,
Yeah, we're closing up. Thanks for staying, John.
Yeah, no worries.
bye.
Bye.
24, fuck.
4.
No.
Now that you're in an actual city, you have a little, and not within a bubble of anti-magic, you're a little more open to doing some research.
Yeah, I also apologize profusely to Erwin for putting him on the spot like that.
He's a little miffed, but you saved his family's vineyard and are acting as an actual front towards the embodiment of fucking evil here in Barovia. So it's like,
Yeah.
you get one.
Yeah.
But regardless, he still provides aid where he can.
Yeah, I will ask one thing. I forget. Is it from here, or was he just wandered in and they took him in?
He is from here, yes.
Okay. Does he know anything that Isaac likes exactly? Or was he always just like the stone cold enforcer.
He was always. You learn that Izek was always kind of a sour apple. After the death of most of his family, he was orphaned at a young age, and well, some people can be cruel in Barovia. Sometimes people kick people when they're down. Someone tried to do that when he was an orphan. It didn't go well for them.
Gotcha.
And from that point on, Izek was always kind of a stone cold killer.
Oh, he killed the other one that tried to kick him down?
Yeah, I mean, someone was harassing him because he was an orphan child and couldn't really do anything about it, so...
So he did something about it?
He did something about it.
Huh.
Gotcha. Well, alright. That's really all I had to say.
But yeah. Alright, so, before we close off today's session, I would like an idea of where you guys are heading next.
Hmm.
I don't think, like, the hag only wanted one thing, right?
One
Yes.
of the three, yes. Or,
Okay,
if
so
you
we
want
don't-
more, she's not going to stop you from getting more.
If we get more, will we get more rewards, or...?
Potentially.
Because I feel like getting a memento of the dead Watcher husband isn't as bad. I don't know what she wants it for, but meh.
Nothing good.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but I was thinking the bones would be bad because that would doom Velaki. The feather we're kind of circumventing because she's already got eyes on us, so she just have eyes on us again. And Doctor would just cure it later if he needs to.
Yeah.
The memento is the thing I'm most like, what would this rot? Because it's not technically Lady Watcher's possession, so...
I
mean,
think
she is
that
trying.
because the Watcher Patriarch counts as a fresh corpse, there's all kinds of necromancy she could probably do. So, in first, she could raise him as an undead to kill his family.
But he's on hollow ground.
Uh,
That is technically true, but yeah, what Lady Watcher is currently doing is basically putting her husband under a permanent gentle repose.
Gotcha.
This is specifically to make sure that he does not come back as a vampire.
Right.
Like the world.
But yeah, did you guys still want to talk to Lady Witcher? Or Watcher, excuse me.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, at least to check up on her.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, Shem has a vested interest for reasons not entirely related to Beloved, but
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think going to talk to her and then waiting for our orders to be done, and then I guess any more prep work we can do. Because I will just say now, like, Byrne is planning to use magic to
Cheat the fight.
We'll let Beloved do her thing first, but if we can get Emil in some way, or like a symbol of his power / office, if these guys care enough for that, using like suggestion to be like, hey, the guy that's fucked up your clan pack, whatever, is weak. Go get him, guys.
Okay.
Just
Alright.
to not blindside you with that.
Alrighty then. So, next week, we will talk with Lady Watcher. Your Were Raven friends are going to give you back information of how Emil is holding up, and potentially how to get to him. You'll more than likely get your supplies, and we'll take it from there.
yeah. So the idea that I had with the cat's eye or tiger's eye, whatever it was to pretend that it's another boon from Strahd and try and give it to the werewolf that we're about to 1v1 and tell him that if he's in trouble in the fight, he can smash it for a power.
Ooh, that's diabolical.
I mean, it'd be hard to convince him, though.
I mean, I have expertise in deception, so like I'm kind of
Yeah.
betting on having a good roll there, but
Anything's
true.
possible.
I encourage you to take risks.
yeah,
I took one talking to that hag, so yeah.
Yeah.
What if we can like just get a dish called a moon cake and like, or dream cake rather, that she liked. Like it may not be like the one that she was actually talking about, but if we could just get one that's named that, it would work too.
Huh.
Hey, you know a recipe for dream cakes? It's like dreamsicle.
They involve the bones of children.
Well, I mean, like I know, like not the actual dream cake, but if we get another treat that is called a dream cake, would that count? It's fade nonsense.
Maybe. Well,
It's
either
like a
way,
dreamsicle. It's like a dreamsicle cake. Anyways, go on.
bye. I'm gonna call it here because we're 3 hours,
Rambling.
3.5 hours in. So, bye,
Yeah,
YouTube.
second.
Bye.
Bye.